Find Harshnag, see if he has any answers as to what's going on with the giants. Try and figure out how to stop this conundrum. The giants are ravaging the land, and it's not very nice. You guys managed to locate Harshnag after encountering a hag up here near his home, and he told you that he knows the way to the Eye of the All-Father, and he can take you guys there where you can convene with Anim, the All-Father, the god that created all giants. He told you a bit of history about his kind, and he told you all that he will gladly take you straight up there. However, there is one small problem. There are some hags that have recently moved into this area around the Fell Pass, and they've been corrupting the land. Harshnag doesn't feel too happy about just leaving this area unguarded, but there is a problem as well with Harshnag's size. These hags live in tiny little lairs, and they're very tricky. They always have, a bit of a contingency, a way to escape if they're in trouble. So Harshnag hasn't been able to get his giant-sized hands on the little hags. But being small folk as you are, you're easily able to slip into their lairs and appropriate them. Well, there was lots of appropriating going on. You'd found this crashed sailing ship on the Fell Pass, and it's pretty much buried in the ice. And you went down into it believing this is one of the hags' lairs, and indeed it was. There you met a coven of hags. A green hag named Peggy Pigtooth. A Bua hag, which is like an ice hag, named Ethel Frogwort. And the grandmother of hags, Granny Shitlicker. Night hag, a green hag, and a Bua hag. So you'd head down to this crashed ship. I mean, how this ship got here to begin with is quite strange. But you went down and you'd fought one of these, like this Oni guard that the hags had, and they didn't take very kindly to you guys barging into their home. They pretty much attacked you immediately. You guys had a long fight with the hags, but eventually you'd killed Peggy Pigtooth and Ethel Frogwort, and just there was Granny Shitlicker left. The coven had been broken, and Granny pleaded with you all to negotiate to spare her life. Also saying that she'll leave this place and find somewhere else to create her lair. So Norin, you were just fighting with the party this entire time. Maybe you're fighting a couple of winter wolves or a few other guards that the hags have. So down inside this hold, it very much looks like a sailing ship. There are a heap of crates and then quite a large number of clay pots stacked up against the walls. The hags actually were hiding in the foredeck room, and so you've got Granny Shitlicker now about to tell you guys how she can help you all. So I believe Thomas had shaken Granny Shitlicker's hand, and that pretty much sealed the deal.
Yes. I'm glad that we could come to quite an agreement,
She says.
Now, the information that I will feed you, I have promised will be helpful. This ship, do you think it is one that sails on the oceans?
Yes, actually. This is what ships do.
Yeah, that is what most ships do. But not this one. This ship sails through the ocean as easily as it sails through the air. Yes. You see, this is an airship. And little old Granny tried to hitch a lift. And that she did. Oh,
there was this cute little gnome who stopped by to pick up an old lady on an icy cliffside. Oh, yes. That delicious little gnome. I still remember his name. Yes, Oswald Fiddlebender. Oh, I bent his fiddle all right.
Gross.
And by fiddle I mean I crunched his bones beneath my foot. It was amusing to see him plead for his life. But Granny had a problem. Him and his sisters didn't know how. Granny and her sisters didn't know how to pilot this thing. There was a big furnace and a magical wind. Granny got frustrated and she smashed the fire. And Ethel froze the wind as Peggy picked at the remains of Oswald. And down the ship went. It crashed into the mountainside. So, as you can see, we're stranded. Oh, I'm so glad you came along to help old Granny. Perhaps if you can get these elements, you can recover the ship and use it to soar through the skies yourselves. Yes, it was a being of fire, an elemental, trapped in the furnace. She points to the furnace in the center of the room where the mast is. There's actually looks like a furnace underneath. And towards the aft deck, there was a propeller. Yes, powered by the wind of an air elemental. Oh, but they have escaped now. You won't find any use for them anymore. But I hope this has helped you. Perhaps you can use this information to take the ship and fuck off!
Was that actually useful information, or can I kill her?
Oh.
We promise we wouldn't.
I wouldn't do that if I was you. He has signed the deal.
Pretty sure the deal was that you had to provide something useful.
Very well then. You can take the little trinkets that I found aboard this ship. I won't need them anyway. I'm sick of this material plane. Everything's so materialistic. Search the crates. There you'll find the gnome's belongings. You may as well take them. You won't have much use for them. Oh yes, you may even find what's left of the little thing. That's if Peggy didn't suckle the marrow out and crunch his bones into dust. You will sicken me if I ever crush you again. I'll eat your dream. And then she just fades away, becomes semi-transparent, and disappears into the ethereal plane.
So what?
I guess we need to search the crates then first.
The deal that she struck was just with Thomas.
Thomas sealed it, but it's like with the group, I suppose.
Yeah, but he's the one that shook hands.
If he cuts his hand off, does that renege the deal? She said there was fire element, well, different elementals. Does anyone have a way to summon and like cage them?
What?
Can't say that I do. I'll start searching through one of the crates.
Alright, the crates are, they've been nailed shut like a coffin. You'll need an athletics check to try and bust them open. You could use like a sword blade or a crowbar or something.
Yeah, I'll just stick my sword in there and
Yeah, axe.
pop it up.
Yeah, you guys just start ripping the lids off these wooden crates, and you make a horrifying discovery. There is a lot of treasure in here, a big hoard. Several items, including some potions, and a ton of coins, thousands and thousands of a mixture of coins. But there is also some little grey tufts of what looks like hair, and a small pile of bones mixed in with this treasure.
Found the gnomes. Or no. Anybody can talk to dead?
I mean, they can talk to them, but they're not going to talk back.
I can hold it up like a puppet.
I can speak to dead, but not with dead.
Very macabre.
And,
We can at least bury the guy outside if we can dig a little hole.
Can we find his Dinkeltuber?
Not have a dinkle tube, unfortunately. What you can find though is this entire hoard. You take away the bones and count up the coins. There is 1,100 copper pieces, 1,100 silver pieces, 2,300 gold pieces, and 120 platinum pieces.
Not bad.
Nice.
Very nice. You said there was some.
My guess is we don't take the copper.
Yeah,
just
fuck
'cause,
the copper.
Alright, there's more items as well. There's several pieces of artwork. There's a few pieces of artwork. The first one you find is a figurehead. Like a small figurehead that would go on the bow of a ship. It's shaped like a dragon. It seems like a very generic looking dragon figurehead. It doesn't really ring black dragon or gold dragon. Just a very generic looking dragon figurehead. It's worth 25 gold pieces. There's also a portrait. It's a sketch of a 6-foot tall halfling. And there is a third piece of artwork. These are all worth 25 gold pieces. The third piece of artwork is a banana stuck to a piece of canvas. It's also worth 25 gold pieces.
I was just about to say that the halfling is holding a banana for scale, so you know he's 6 foot tall.
Wouldn't that just make him a human?
Yeah. It's
Someone
exactly
just
what
go in and eat a banana that was sold like that.
Alright,
Just paid a bunch of
clanging around in the treasure, there are 2 vials. One of them, as it moves, it creates these scintillating bright red colors, and it looks like a potion of healing on steroids. And a quick sip of it will reveal it to be a potion of superior healing.
Nice.
Very nice.
There's a handout for that. Who wants to take that? 8d4 plus 8 hit points regained.
My vote would be the barbarian, because they'd be able to get more out of those hit points. My opinion.
Their hit points go farther.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, add that to your inventory then, Ren.
Alright.
And the other potion, it's got this very bright blue liquid in it, and it almost feels cold to the touch. There's like frost emanating off it. It's only a thin vial, but it's got this frost rune. It's the rune for frost on the actual stopper. Norin, or anyone who speaks giant or dwarven, can identify that. It's a potion of frost giant strength.
Nice. That's a sorcerer potion for sure.
You may as well just drink it right now, Tom.
Yeah.
Just down it. Alright, so makes your strength 23 for an hour.
Damn, Gina.
Who wants to take that?
If nobody else wants it, Norn will take it.
Alright, add that to your
Sweet.
inventory. And the final item is a set of magic gloves. They're sort of made from some sort of dark metal. Brownish. They don't look particularly special. But yeah, they look like just like the gauntlets that you'd wear with a full suit of armor. They do sort of, I mean, they've got, they look like they're like got some chainmail around the backs of your palms. The metal is sort of almost like a tanny sort of color, carved to look like wood almost. Maybe like a naturey sort of aspect or something to it. But could just be the design. Anyway, they can be identified when you guys take a rest. Other than that, there is just a heap of bones in these other crates of all sorts of animals. Mammal bones. Multiple mammal bones. Wolves. Maybe some sort of humanoid creatures as well. You'd need a medicine check to identify them. If you care about what they were.
I do.
Aaron, you look at them and they are bones. He's like picking up all these different bones, like tossing them over your shoulder.
Definitely a bone.
You guys take a look in, and there's some sort of humanoid. Lily, you take a closer look at them, and they actually seem to be Yeti bones.
Does anybody believe me when I tell them that?
That's impossible. They can't be Yeti bones.
Like a gnomish yeti?
It's a Yeti. Not Miros.
Everybody's looking around and just kind of try to use the hair to replace that fell out.
Okay. Add some frayed, dead gnome hair to your inventory. Keep it for whenever your hair falls out in the future. Alright, with that, these clay pots are also full of bones and other parts of creatures. It's not very nice. And there's nothing really else in this ship. You've taken all the supplies that were here. And it's awfully cold here as well. It's absolutely freezing. Probably don't want to stick around.
Ship to a wizard.
Well, with how much traveling around the map we gotta do, if we can get it going, I think it would greatly improve our odds.
If we run across any fighter elementals that are willing to help us out, sure.
Well, she said an air elemental too, right?
Yeah, so two
Yep.
elementals. Should be
Does
fun.
anybody here? I know this is an airship, but does anybody know anything about ships? Or we determined that last time was a no.
I am from the forest. I know nothing of ships.
I feel confident they can't sail through ice.
Well, she mentioned a propeller. Is the propeller still attached to this thing outside?
It must be completely buried in the ice. The ship is, mostly buried.
Well, I think until we figure out the elemental thing, I mean, once we do that, well, if we get a fire elemental, we can probably melt it pretty easy. Maybe we try to head back to Harshnag, give him the news, and rest in his fabulous castle cave.
Sure.
Okay.
Is there anything else, a storage hold or anything on here, or is it just the crates there in the ship?
There is a room to the south.
To the
Foredeck.
south.
go this way.
Alright, go check it out.
You pull open this creaky wooden door and you step into this rickety looking room. There is another post from one of the masts just sticking straight through the room. Come up towards the stern. There is a number of other crates and all sorts of equipment. It's actually half buried in the ice here as well. This must be where the propeller is. If you search through all these other crates, you just find some general some supplies. There's actually some rations. There is some change of clothes that would fit a gnome, and there are all sorts of random bits of gears and springs, and like a full set of tinkerer's tools as well.
Alright.
All of the
You
gnome
can take
stuff.
them. They're worth 25 GP. Obviously, the gnome that owned this airship was a bit of a tinkerer. So yeah, more evidence that what the night hag was saying about this gnome was true. She hitched a ride, killed him, and then got angry at the elementals, and the ship came down. It's like a little bit of a makeshift workbench in there as well, which is pretty much just the lid of one of these large chests. Alright, you guys want to head out now?
Yeah, head to Harshnag, I guess.
Do we
you
need to
rec-
find the last hag lair?
No.
The tree?
Yeah.
We killed, but we killed the other hag. So
But there might be stuff there if we want to ransack it.
Were we doing any resting?
They don't usually carry anything that has any interest to us.
Exactly.
I think we're hurting enough that getting the Harshnag spot would be.
Yeah, let's limp back to Harshnag for now.
No resting before we go?
Well, it's like freezing in here, so I don't know if we can rest here.
You could rest here. You will be subject to cold weather conditions, though.
I guess I could put up a short temporary hut.
Can we do a short rest?
Sure. You can clear room in the ship to put up a tiny hut. You can move a heap of the crates aside, find an area for a 10-foot radius.
Yeah, it's kind of clear over here.
Alright, you do the ritual for the tiny hut, and that goes up, and yeah, everyone starts resting. An hour later, you're ready to head on. Take a short rest, use hit dice if you want.
We identify the gloves.
Yeah.
Keep in mind that you only get back half your level's worth of hit die when you take a long rest.
Oh, and just so everybody knows,
the
everybody is
API
rolling
broken.
d4s.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Go
Oh,
to
that's weird.
the hit dice and click the d4, and then go to the appropriate hit die.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know why it updated but
Where?
yeah. So on your character sheet, next to where you click the hit die, it says like a d4.
Ah,
Click
got it.
that and then go to the appropriate hit.
It's like the API is broken too.
What are wizards?
Put the API down or reset it.
Wizards are
Decent.
d6s.
How come it's not adding it automatically?
The API is down.
Oh.
Sorcerers are D12, right?
D20, silly. This is Dungeons and Dragons.
It is adding the hit points, it must have just been lagging. Or it looks like it is. Or maybe it's not actually. Maybe that was
Not on my
Oh,
sheet.
Let me restart them. So you can just add them manually for now. That'll take a minute to restart. Alright, so you check out these gloves, and they're actually gloves for a fighter or a paladin. They're called gloves of thrown weapon fighting. And they're a rare magic item.
Oh, that's screaming, Norin.
if
Thank you, Seb.
attune to them, it allows you to change your fighting style to the thrown weapon fighting style. While attuned to these gloves, you gain no benefit from your original fighting style. And the thrown weapon fighting style allows you to draw a weapon that has the thrown property as part of the attack you make with the weapon. In addition, when you hit with a ranged weapon attack using the thrown weapon, you gain a +1 bonus to the damage roll. If you aren't attuned to the gloves, you retain your original fighting style.
Nice.
Alright, cool.
So you want those as well, Thomas?
Yeah.
Well, do you really want that though?
No.
No, Norin.
Yeah, I do. I mean, my original fighting style is defense, so my AC will go down by 1, but I'm okay with that.
You can always swap when you take a rest anyway.
I'll attune to him next rest we get.
Alright, so you guys have taken a rest and you're ready to emerge from the ship now?
Yep.
Okay. You head back out into the frigid peaks of this cliffside. Back into the Fell Pass. There's still a very strong cold wind ripping through this area. It's freezing. As you emerge, you look over towards Harshnag's house, and just sitting there with his legs crossed, eagerly looking at the ship, is Harshnag. And places his hand on his brow to sort of look through this icy wind, and his eyes widen, and a big smile comes over his face. "Ah! Hello!" he calls out. "I'm here! Ha ha ha!"
We did it.
Greetings.
That
The hags are down.
dead?
Two dead, one promised to leave.
Well, what are you waiting for? Come up! Calls for
Okay.
celebrations. Ha! Here, small folk. Don't take the long way. And he stands over to the edge here and extends down his axe. Blade first. Careful for the edges. They may cut your little fingers off. Grab on and I'll lift you up.
Alright, grab on.
Alright.
And two people can grab onto the flat of the axe blade at once, and he just hoists you up with relative ease. As he does that, he just scoops everyone else up with one of his giant-sized hands. Ah, come inside. Get into the warmth. Ha ha ha. And inside Harshnag's house you go.
Yay.
Just getting your token there, Norin. Alright, you guys head in, and Harshnag just heads up to the throne that he likes to sit on, and he makes himself comfortable. Leans back a little bit, stretches his arms, and then rests his axe down by his side. Stretches his legs out a little bit. It feels good to relax, small folk.
Is it warm in here?
Yeah.
He promises warm.
It's a little bit chilly, but it's a lot nicer in here than it is out there. It's not like warm, but it's, for him, you feel like it was probably his version of warmth. Imagine he doesn't feel the cold. Well, it is done then. The hags, all of them. You smushed them.
Gone. All gone.
2 dead, 1 gone.
What? What do you mean, one gone? Gone as in
One
a smushed kind of gone?
Banished.
Fled and
Banished.
She agreed to leave and stay away.
Ah. Not one for making deals with hags and that, but if it gets the results, well then that's all that matters. Ha ha ha.
I have a question, Seb. The hair that we found in the ship, does it look similar to Harshnag's hair?
The strands are way too small for it to be giant's
Okay.
hair.
Just making sure.
You're just looking back and forth between Thomas and Harshnag.
Wow. I can leave now and know that things will be alright around here for a wee bit. You should get some rest, small folk. The next leg of our journey's going to be a treacherous one. We'll be heading right up to the mountain peaks of the Spy, the Eye of the All-Father. Ha, 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 ha.
All right.
Excelente.
You can rest easy here. Lay out your beds. Old Harshnag here is just gonna close his eyes for a little bit. He just leans back and closes his eyes.
I'll lay down on the carpet here.
Are we ready for a long rest? How long has it been since the last one?
Yeah, I mean, you'll probably be waiting for like a whole day, but yeah, you're just gonna
Pretty
not
much
have an
usually.
eventful day. You'll just be playing some cards or
Okay.
something. I don't know, busting out a board game or something. Snow day.
Play some dice.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to go out
Rolling them bones.
and head around the icy mountainsides, you're best off just taking the rest of the day off.
Cool. So we can go ahead and take a long rest then.
Sure. Thomas pulls out some dice. Starts rolling some dice around. Harshnag just... You're not sure if he's sleeping or what. He's just leaned back in that chair and can't really see his eyes through the massive dragon skull that covers most of his face. A white dragon skull helmet that he has. You notice like his great axe is bejeweled and it looks like something quite magnificent. Although it's much too big for any of you guys to use, you can tell that it's got some tremendous magical powers. It seems to just gleam. Alright, anyone want to do anything in particular while you're waiting around here?
I'd like to find out. So we're now going to where?
The Eye of the All-Father, up on the
Is that like a
icy peaks of the spine of the world. It's a temple where the giants
temple?
will
Okay.
commune with the Eye of with the All-Father Anim, like an oracle. Alright, anyone want to do anything at all before we move on?
No.
Okay. Alright,
Did
You
you want
just-
to tune to those gloves?
Yeah, I would definitely attune to the gloves.
okay. Your first attunement. Alright, you guys are awoken by a very, very loud bang in the morning. It sounds like a almighty crack of thunder, but it's very, very close. And it's literally just Harshnag clapping his hands. Wake up! Ha! Small folk! Harshnag's fully equipped in this like gleaming giant-sized plate mail. He has this A majestic white dragon skull on his head. He's got his axe. He's got a big backpack over his shoulder, and yeah, he looks ready to go.
Are you all ready? Did you have a good sleep?
Yes, thanks for your hospitality.
I don't have much in the ways of foods that your kind would eat. I like to eat little people.
What?
Just kidding. I've got some polar bear meat that I'll share with you all.
The ground shudders with each step he takes. He's got these like tremendous stone doors sectioning off several rooms in his house. He pushes one open and you see a simple storage room. He heads in and opens up what looks like a chest.
You see, all this cold, it makes the meat last a very long time. Who would have thought?
And he's just got like this massive steak. He goes over
Nice.
and pushes through another room to the east. It looks like he's got a kitchen, and then he just does a bit of cooking, fires it up over an open pit, and then he just places this big roasted piece of polar bear on the table for you guys to eat.
Eat. Get it in your belly. You'll need a full one for the journey.
Alright. Don't have to ask me twice.
Is that vegan?
What?
Nothing.
Alright, so yeah, there's just a giant haunch of meat. You guys all pick at it and get a full belly.
Alright then. It'll be a couple of days to get up there. But don't worry. I know these lands well. Don't expect much of a conversation though. I don't like to talk about me past. But I do like to speak about the present. Came across a lost hill giant the other day. Was trying to sneak into me house, steal me food.
And he just doesn't finish the story.
Nice.
These
That was
chuckles-
polar bear meat we were eating, right?
Aye. I'm not a cannibal. I fed the giant to the winter wolves. I've already killed quite a few that have been getting all disturbed. Gotta put them in their place sometime.
Let's head on. And you guys continue your trek to the Eye of the Allfather. Yeah, right, you'll be heading down another mountain pass, a continuation of the Fell Pass. It actually takes you quite a ways. You're not doing a whole lot of steep climbing. You're just sort of heading on level ground west. It's gonna take you guys a lot more than 2 days looking at the map. You feel like it would be 2 days for Harshnag, but for you guys, it's going to be quite a while, about a week and a half of travel. So you head up to the Eye of the Allfather. Guided by Harshnag, you travel up the spine of the world, scaling icy mountains to reach this temple. Harshnag doesn't speak much during this journey. He just tells you the temple is built by giant lords of ancient Ostoria, and within the complex you'll find a chamber that the ancient giants used as an oracle. And that's about all he tells you guys. So he leads you up there, and he pretty much has to go extremely slow, so that you guys don't lose him, because he's traveling about 5 or 6 times faster than you guys. So he's just taking this very, very slow pace so that you guys can constantly catch up to him, and so that you're not having to do a forced march. The overland journey, we don't really need to get into it in great detail. So you do have several encounters on this icy mountain trail. You fight some orcs, you fight some barbarians, and you even see a couple of rival frost giants, but Harshnag has you steer clear of them. They're just sort of scouring these mountains as well. There's quite a lot of frozen rivers around the area, so they're doing some ice fishing and whatnot. You guys use the tiny hut as much as possible to sleep, so you're not suffering any effects of the harsh cold. And you've been on the road for about a 10-day now. So if you didn't fill up all your hit die, fill that up now, because you've had 10 long rests. And you have to do a bit more steady climbing, but with Harshnag by your side, he helps you guys climb, and it makes the climb way, way easier. Any encounters that you guys have, Harshnag just uses this mighty axe of his and absolutely destroys like 5 orcs with one single swing. You're continuing up now, and you're actually having to do a lot of climbing. You're a couple of days out from reaching the Eye of the Allfather, and now you're just you're stopped on a bit of a flat plain. You're in high altitude now, so the air is starting to thin, but you're just having some lunch now to keep up your energy levels. And Harshnag just sort of sits down with you guys and just has a bit of a conversation.
So about them hags. You said you made some sort of deal. What was that all about then?
Spare her life for her, and she'll leave to never return.
That's all?
And give us.
She told us how to fix the flying ship too.
Flying ship?
She promised us information that we would, really want, but I don't know if we wanted that information or not.
I was gonna say you should have milked that situation for best you can. A flying ship? That sounds like something. That's not something that you'd want? Ha!
Heck yeah.
I'd love a flying ship, but old Harshnag here would probably make it a sinking ship quite quickly.
All we need to do is find an air elemental and a fire element.
Harshnag scratches the back of his ear. He always does that when he's thinking.
Elemental, you say?
Yeah.
Those sorts of things ain't found around here. Only if there's a concentration of the particular element. So if you're looking for a fire elemental, you're not gonna get one around here. Maybe an ice elemental, if that's a thing. Don't really know too much about them stuffs. But got me thinking right now. What about them wormy barbarians? You know about them, barbarian man?
And he pokes you, Ren.
Worms? What worms?
Them worm barbarians. You know, the ones that live around here's them tundra runners. Them ice
I don't know.
climbers. They're some sort
I
of
know-
wormy clan.
Would I know anything about that clan?
You can make a history check with advantage, Rend, because you're like a barbarian yourself.
The barbarians that attacked us at like the foot of the pass in the camp, didn't they have like what clan were they from?
Elk? No.
They were, I think they were eagle. They weren't Wormblood, so.
Okay.
Or maybe elk. No, they were elk. They were elk barbarians. Alright, Rend, you know a little bit about the barbarians that live around these areas. They're actually not Uthgard barbarians, they're called Reged barbarians. They live in the frozen tundras of Icewind Dale, which is like home to the nomadic region, the nomadic Reged barbarians. They're named after the Reghed Glacier that forms a towering ice wall along the eastern boundary of their domain. And they have several tribes within the actual clan. Tribe of the bear, tribe of the elk, tribe of the tiger, and tribe of the wolf. Now, the Great Worm tribe, now, they are not actually Reged barbarians, but most people actually confuse them for Reged barbarians because they live in the spine of the world. They'll inhabit some caverns. They're kind of territorial though, so they're actually a pretty obscure tribe. So yeah, Harshnag seems to think that they live around here. So yeah, you know a bit about them.
Yeah, they're the reggae barbarians. They like their music a little bit, kind of funky. But yeah. I don't know exactly where their main thing is, but they're around here somewhere. Gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. Perhaps they're doing all sorts of spirit things and that. Maybe you could ask them if they've got some sort of summoning powers. Just a thought.
Would they happen to live in a cave nearby?
I think they're around here somewhere. Yeah. The Great Worm Cavern. It's not too far from here. We could stop by there on the way if you want.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. We did
I think we should.
find a cave that seemed to fit that description.
Alright then. Well, we'll have to do a little bit of backtracking. I was gonna suggest that we climb up this big crag here.
Take a bit of a shortcut, and you look up to see this like rickety, frozen wooden bridge 100 feet overhead, and Harshnag's talking about scaling a sheer cliff face. But it seems like you guys would be doing a little bit of a detour instead.
Now them wormy barbarians, they ain't gonna take too kindly to me. So I'll point you in the direction and I'll wait a wheeze back. What do you say? Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, they don't like magic stuff either. I wouldn't be doing any magics around them unless you want a whole tribe to come down on ya. Got it?
Sure.
Damn.
Alright, then I'll take you to that wormy cavern.
Doesn't that put us in disadvantage?
Not too bad. Especially if we're going to try to talk them into something.
Yeah.
If negotiations go south, then
Alright, Harshnag
Just
starts
bits.
stomping off. And you take like about a 1.5 day detour. And eventually it's quite a windy day. It's a frozen, snowy wind washing over you all. And you come around this another great crag, and then Harshnag points through the sleet and the snow. As your eyes try to adjust to this freezing cold, you notice a spacious cavern at the end of a valley, deep in the spine of the world. There's thick ice hanging above the entrance, and the interior looks like it's covered with an icy glaze. So, there's like about a 10-foot wide snowy walkway that clings to the wall of just a massive craggy mountainside that you can use. You're a few hundred feet away. Harshnag waits here and tells you guys, "That's it. Good luck." So you head on down that way, and you start to approach the entrance of the Great Worm Cavern. Alright, so this map, you can actually see a side view of it as well to give you a better visual. So you guys are at this opening, this mouth of the icy cave. These are some columns of ice just going straight down, almost like bars of some sort of icy jail. As you look around, everything is covered with an icy glaze. Ceilings lined with massive icicles, and they gleam and glitter in the reflective light that the sun catches. Everything looks quite slippery here, and in fact you're having to walk particularly slow to avoid slipping over. As you look inside, you notice the entrance is flanked by these 70-foot high ledges of rock, and atop which stand some totem poles of chiseled ice. And there are some tribal warriors standing around those totem poles. And then you can see some sort of altar, and this is their cavern home. This map is supposed to be like one of these small squares is 25 feet, but I've just put it more to scale so you guys can move about it in individual squares. But you can see the actual enormity of this cavern. Alright, it's not dark inside at all, Thomas. When you look inside, it's just like very, very bright.
But I figured I'd cast those two before we got close, since I won't be casting much.
Okay.
Armor and dark vision. Probably shouldn't cast anything in here.
Alright, so you guys head up towards the entrance, and these tribal warriors seem to be just offering something to these totem poles. But immediately when they see you guys, they draw spears. You see a big stack of spears next to them. They start to pull them up, and they're about ready to throw them at you guys upon seeing you straight away.
Start waving to them. Brothers, wait.
They look at you, and they inspect you for some sort of tribal markings. They instantly identify you as not one of the Great Worm tribe, and they're just going to start throwing spears at you.
We just don't care. All right.
Talk.
All right. So they're 70 feet up. This ledge is 70 feet high. So they're about to start throwing spears, and Than, you're up first.
So can't cast any spells. I will take the dodge. I'll take the dodge action.
Okay. Norin.
I mean, they're definitely about to start chunking spears at us, right? I mean,
Yeah.
They're 100% hostile. Okay.
Yeah, they just attack you guys straight away. They're territorial, and they don't like intruders.
Okay, so in terms of movement and stuff here, are we
Just use
gonna
every square as 5 feet.
Okay.
Well, we're not here to attack. Let's just leave.
I mean, okay.
I mean,
You can do some spear collecting, just dodge and there's spears.
All right, I'll get right there and I'll slam my tower shield down in the ice and we'll take the dodge out.
Okay. Alright, they start speaking in their own language. They have their own, like, special worm blood language. And they throw a spear. This one's going to throw a spear at Norin. They toss it down at disadvantage, and the spear misses you, just sticks into the ice.
Maybe he's trying to give it to you.
It was definitely
gifts.
the pointy end first.
It's a tribute spear.
Ren.
I just, I'll hold my hands up, whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not here to fight, and then just take the dodge action.
Okay. Lily.
Well, it sure seems like we're not being aggressive. So I'll also dodge and let you guys figure out what you want. I got it eventually.
Roderick.
I would like to make my way in further. So how far can I go? 350 feet. Nice. That one. That's too much. And so, what languages have barbarians spoken before? They've all.
Every
had some
tribe
common
has their own dialect.
Yeah. Okay. So, and they don't have like another common tongue.
You think they probably know a little bit of common as well.
Yeah. I would like to call out, take us to your leader.
Take it to your leader.
Yeah.
Alright, make a persuasion check, Roderick.
He's very persuasive.
They don't stand
Nice.
down. They continue to pick up more spears and get ready to throw them at you.
Do I? I'm seeing if I got anything that. I mean, I've got a letter of introduction, but that probably doesn't work with these guys.
Never know till you try.
Letter of introduction.
Yeah, that was like one of the dwarves in the Eastern Hold. I will stand there and I don't know. Wait
Dodge.
for them to shoot me.
Using a
What?
persuasion check would be an action in combat.
Yeah. I wait for them to shoot me. Is what I'm gonna do.
And they don't take kindly to you, Roderick. They're very, very hostile, and this one throws a spear at you. And he hits you for 6 piercing damage. Thomas.
Fireball.
You're gonna step up behind Norin, hopefully in shouting range, and say, "Mighty warrior, we've rid the hills of the foul magic users, and seek an audience with your chieftain."
Alright, make a deception check, Thomas. They look at you through these blood-painted faces, and suddenly another tribal warrior emerges from a nearby cave, and it's a female, looks like a mother. She's got 2 small children following her, and even though they're not wearing some heavy coats, they seem to be dealing with the cold quite well, like that. You grew up in this cold. And the mother, she holds up her hand and tells them to stop. And then she steps forward. The tribal warriors on the ledges stop throwing spears. And the mother calls out to you. What do you know of foul magic? She says in common.
There were 3 evil hags casting magic in the valley in the mountains. We vanquished them. Is there more?
Evil hags? Foul magic? And you do note, Thomas, this is like a very, very, very long distance away. You've been traveling for like more than a 10-day now.
Yeah.
You're in a completely
So
different area.
Vague about exactly where it was.
So you don't expect her to know anything about these hags, and she doesn't. But she seems to have something to say. The magic.
Yeah.
The magic.
Is there?
Took my daughter. Took. Chief. You know of this?
No, but we'd like to help.
Wormblood has fallen to foul magic. Evil he has become. Drink the blood of tribe warriors. Drink the blood of Own, he does. My daughter, Nori. She was missing. We thought civilized folk had taken. Wormblood said he will get her back, so he may drink her blood and rid her of the curse. Wormblood will kill Nori. You will stop the foul magic. You are our savior, as shown in the altar. Yes, you are.
We must be.
You must convene with Alta. And she points to this triangular promontory of ice-covered rock, 120 feet above the cavern floor to the back of this area. And there is some sort of effigy. It looks like a coiled serpent with great wings. This is Elrem, Great Worm. We make sacrifices in honor of Uthgar, and Elrem does not devour us, but Elrem had cast foul magic on Wormblood. You must go and speak with Alta. If your soul is devoured, then you are false. Go! And you notice about 30 other tribal warriors. They mostly look like women and children. They emerge from their caves and they start to gather around. And you can see like a ramp cut into the ice that leads up to the altar.
If we help you with this, your tribe must help us with our quest.
Only Elrem can help. You head up this very, very slippery ice ramp, so you have to take it particularly slow.
But just think about how much fun it will be going back down.
You You also
Borrow someone's
notice
shield.
there's an enormous gong just sitting here, a large iron gong just rising up by 2 wooden frozen posts. And there are also a number of icy shelves cut into the walls here that look like burial shelves. You can see frozen bones just stacked on these shelves all around you. None of the tribal warriors go up the ramp with you. They all just stay below and look up at you. And as you approach the altar, a voice telepathically communicates to you, Thomas.
You. I sense good in your heart. What brings you to convene with the almighty Elrem?
It sounds like your tribe's chief has been cursed, and we seek to help.
And you would pass judgment on your soul at the risk of it being devoured.
Yes.
It is true. The great worm tribe has fallen under the sway of an evil chieftain named Wormblood. You must hunt down and slay Wormblood, and you will be rewarded for your good deed.
Do you know where we can find him?
Wormblood is away, searching for a missing concubine. You must present proof of Wormblood's death and offer this to me.
We would seek a boon in return if it's possible.
As I said, you shall be rewarded with what you desire.
Very well. Do you know where this concubine? Do you know where he went to search for this concubine?
Was the hags?
That is your test.
Okay.
Go now.
Alright, as you head down the ramp, you hear one of the tribal warriors screaming. And a lot of the other tribal warriors start backing up. And you just see this bloody trail leading into a nearby cave. And all the tribal warriors are looking around. They hold up their spears, but they back away from the cave. And it appears like one of the tribal warriors just got dragged away by something.
Well, that was unpleasant.
That sounds like a them problem.
What was the
Saying from
statue's
Big
name?
Trouble in Little China.
El
And yeah,
What is-
the tribal warriors aren't like panicking. They're not like running around like this is some sort of event that has never happened before. They actually seem quite calm with the situation, and they give that particular cave entrance a wide berth.
All right, they're not going to worry about it. I'll stay away from it too.
One of
Well,
them goes up and there's like some bloody entrails and like a bit of a pool of like slush leading into the cave mixed with blood. And one of the tribal warriors dares to near the cave entrance, scoops up a big pile of viscera, and just heads up to go and like present it to the altar as an offering. And some of them take this sort of bloody sludge and start wiping the blood on their faces.
Oh, these people are weird.
They chant with some sort of ritual as well, like ritualistic chanting. What
was the statue's name? God, or whatever it is.
It's just an altar. The
Didn't
god.
he say
The god.
Yeah, the god told me his name. I forgot it already. L something.
Elram. I have it in the chat.
Just announce Elrim has given us a quest. We must find Wormblood.
They look at you and they just start making these like sort of cackling noises like a dragon. Dragons roar. They start shouting it up to the air, and it causes the icicles on the cavern to vibrate, creates this symphony throughout all of the cave.
Huh.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
go to the close one and say, hey, where did Wormblood go to find his concubine?
Wormblood has gone up the mountain. Wormblood has fallen.
Yes. Elrim has demanded that we hunt him and bring him back. Bring his body back.
Then you must do as Elram says, or your soul will be devoured.
Which way did he go?
They don't answer. They just start disappearing back into their caves.
If he said up the... I think one of them said up the mountain.
Yeah.
So, maybe the same direction that we were traveling previously, I would assume.
Sounds like a good idea.
And they keep on cackling with this symphony of what sounds like a dragon screeching. And you guys exit and go and meet back up with Harshnag.
Yeah.
Now he's waiting a couple 100 feet away. Just he's dug himself into the side of the icy mountain a little bit in the snow. He's just resting a little bit.
Ah! How did it go?
He says to you, Than, as you approach first.
Well, I think it went good, but
Did you get
we have to solve.
your airy elemental?
Not quite. We did pick up a task to perform for the tribe, however.
Ah!
And perhaps by completing this task will award us what we want.
That sounds mighty complicated. So,
Not
what's the
too bad.
task?
Got to hunt down one of their members that have been possessed. Or said he went up the mountain searching for a concubine.
We have to kill a guy.
Concubine. Always wanted one of them. Well,
And he just like holds up his hands, shrugs his shoulders.
I know the way to the Eye of the All-Father. I can take you there. I don't mind going and doing a few detours and that, but I don't know where we could look. It's been snowing and
Is-
winding. Footprints are probably going to be covered. But hey,
Is the path
They
is the
said he
path to
went-
the Allfather up the mountain?
aye.
Perfect.
Yeah, they said he went up the mountain.
All right then. Let's go.
All right.
Get your climbing boots on.
And you guys continue up this dangerous icy mountain path. You've reached the valley of Kedron. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's just a frozen... Oh, no. Valley of Kedron, you're already past that. You guys are... pretty much just the spine of the world now. Like you're in the proper spine of the world. Oh, if I can spell properly, I'll give you guys a little bit of information about the spine of the world. Or not. Okay. Oh, there we go. If I can read. So, yeah, you just see mountains of ice, black rock, forming these skyscraping walls of frigid peaks. And this extends all the way from Icewind Dale far to the east and then far to the north. Few creatures actually have the ability to surmount this climb, and if it was not for Harshnag, you guys would probably be climbing to your death if you tried to navigate these mountain peaks by yourselves. You continue to head through the brutally cold winds, trying to avoid avalanches, icy rifts, and mighty crevasses. You fight through a few more goblinoids and orcs, and you see a few abandoned dwarven dells. Harshnag points out occasionally as you're traveling.
See that cave there? That's a dragon one. Steer clear of that. Great White lives in that one as well.
He points out several dragon caves to you guys.
I'd like to go in there and just start splitting some skulls myself, but it would be a fool's mission, you see. Fighting a dragon in these sort of conditions, that's their favored terrain. They'd be using the air to their advantage, and only coming to view when they're going to give you a face full of their breath weapon. Not that cold breath bothers me none, but not a fan of being dropped hundreds of feet either.
Very wise.
Yeah, we're fine with skipping those areas.
Alright, it's been a very long journey, and a couple of days pass, and you return to that rope bridge area. You're like very, very close to the Eye of the Allfather. Just before your detour.
Alright, so here we are again. Now, we gotta do some climbing. The Allfather, she should just be beyond that crag. You ready?
As will ever be.
I climb onto his back.
Ho 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 ho! Off, little one!
And he just picks you up and places you down using his thumb and forefinger.
If you want to get into the Eye of the Allfather, you at least got to prove yourself a little bit. This has been an easy journey for you all so far, with Harshnag the Grim leading your way. But you've got to prove yourselves worthy. Climb that yourselves, without me aid. Once we get to the top, we're there. Ha ha ha.
Going up
how
here?
far is it?
Like
Where are we climbing? What
100
are we
feet.
climbing?
to the top of this
100 feet.
sheer cliff face.
Someone want my climber's kit?
You mean in front of him over here?
This,
Right here.
100-foot tall cliff face up here. You can see this like ancient wooden rope bridge sheathed in ice, just sort of spanning this massive crevasse or massive valley.
Don't worry, I'll be with you, small folk. I'll catch you if you fall, but then you got to start again.
One person could go up with climbing gear, tie a
And a
couple
rope.
of ropes together.
Yeah.
I can actually take someone up. We can lower a rope.
That might be the easiest thing to do.
Sorry, how are you gonna get up?
Dimension door.
All
I
right.
can bring someone with me when I do that.
Magics! Ha ha! That's cheating! But I guess he gets there anyway, so. I
I
that'll
guess it's
do.
the result that matters, right?
I spit into my gauntlets and I'll start to climb just to make him happy. Doing
Okay.
it.
You can make an athletics check then. Are you using a climber's kit or are you just going up?
I gave the climber's kit to Roderick.
Okay.
Do you want a climber's kit? I'm not
Sure.
gonna use it.
Yeah,
I'll give you my climber's kit.
Okay.
And Lily, you want to come up with?
It will require 2 athletics checks to get up. 1 athletics check every 50 feet.
That's with the climbing gear?
Climber's kit lets you not fall more than 25 feet.
Ah.
Alright, Than, you get all the way up to the top, and when you look out from the view up here, it's very, very cold. It's very, very windy, and you just see this frozen path leading to a 40-foot wide, naturally formed stone causeway that leads up to the entrance of the Eye of the Allfather. And it looks like this.
What took you guys so long?
Alright, as you guys are down here, Harshnag's just watching. Thomas and Lily just dimension door straight up. So the Eye of the Allfather this is like the entrance. You're about 100 feet away from the entrance. That's the causeway that leads up to it. It's the big
Damn, look at that thing.
temple entrance.
That's awesome.
That is pretty sick looking.
Well,
Fireball it.
I guess let's start climbing.
I'll ask Lily or Dan if they have tie it to mine.
Yep. Let's lower the safety rope.
Are you just lowering a rope down?
Yeah.
It'll probably be safer to just climb like with handholds and footholds than trying to actually use a rope. 'Cause then you've got yourself firmly secured to the cliff face. Harshnag will catch you if you fall.
Don't worry.
Alright, Norin, you make your way halfway up, so you get about halfway. And Rend and Roderick, make your athletics checks. Alright, Rend, you get halfway up. And Roderick,
Guide first and then.
just make one at a time for now. Alright, Roderick, you're stuck trying to get up. Okay, as you guys are climbing this cliff face, suddenly something comes pelting across the cliff face to the east. They seem to be just going arm over arm, rapidly climbing across horizontally towards you guys. 4 large humanoids. They're covered in white fur. They've got gnarled horns jutting out from their heads.
Cool.
There was foreshadowing.
Yetis. At first you
He
think
foreshadowed it.
you think it's 4 Miroses, then you realize Miros doesn't live near here. Ah! And they have this like icy gleam coming from their eyes.
That is
Harshnag
unabashed nudity.
Harshnag just chuckles. Ha ha! I guess this test is being ramped up a bit. And while you're climbing, you have one hand firmly secured onto the cliff face. If you let go, you fall. Alright, Rend, you're up. Climbing is half movement speed. The Yetis are just moving straight across this icy cliff face, no problem at all, just jumping from little crag to crag.
So if I, okay, well,
Okay, so you've got you've got
if I make a dash, can I make it all the way to the top if I succeed?
you're I know this map's not 100% to scale, but it's supposed to be a 100-foot climb. A dash would get you 40 feet, so it would get you almost to the top. You would need to
Alright,
make
well.
another athletics check. Okay, yeah, you're 10 feet away from the top, so I'll put you about like here.
Okay.
You just continue to climb up the cliff face, just grabbing onto handholds and footholds and just lifting yourself up. Pretty much jumping from location to location.
Watching the Yetis gave me inspiration.
Lily.
Well, my initial idea was slow him down with a ice spell, and then I thought about it for more than 1 second and realized that wasn't probably very... let's see. Maybe we can get some of their attention up here. We will... God, what do I got for ranged? I got mostly just a cantrip. Okay, so let's see. Would this guy be within 60?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if we can get his attention.
Alright, you do a Toll of the Dead on the Yeti, and he fails, and he just sort of shakes his head a little bit and roars. Ah!
Nice.
Bit of fur falls out of him.
All right, then I'm gonna see if he'll come after me instead.
Thomas.
Well, I can't resist this. These things look like they might not like fire.
You're gonna piss him off way more than I did.
Alright, you look down over the edge of the cliff, and you drop a fireball down. It explodes in the middle of it.
Big fireball.
Alright, the Yetis scream. "Ah!" And they really don't like that fire. They're just going crazy, shaking their heads and screaming. None of them are dropped, but one of them's actually pretty badly burned.
And,
Alright, this Yeti, it really doesn't like that fireball. It just leaps arm over arm straight up to the top of this cliff face. And when it reaches the top, its eyes gleam with this chilling gaze. Thomas, you need to make a Constitution save. You resist. You can feel it like pretty much flooding you with this icy eminence that cuts down to your soul, but you resist it. And then the Yeti is going to take the dash action and just climb back down the cliff face a little bit over here, just getting a little bit of distance as it gets ready to come in for another attack. Than.
Um. They speak giant.
You can make a. That'd be maybe a history check about Yetis, or a nature check, I guess. Yeah, they did not speak anything though.
They
haven't spoken. This is the
They
first
haven't said
Yeti that
anything.
Dan's ever seen.
Okay. So I have no idea what language they speak.
I mean, you can make an ability check to recall lore.
No, as an action, you mean?
Recalling lore is not an action. Recalling lore is just something that you just think. It's instantaneous. Yeah, these things are pretty evil creatures. You've heard of them before, and they like to howl, and their howls can sometimes cause avalanches. They're hunters, and they usually hunt in groups. They live in caves in icy terrain, and as far as you know, they just have their own language. They don't speak any sort of known language to common folk. And you've even heard that some of them, like a story about an abominable Yeti, which is like a particularly large one, but this doesn't look like one of those.
Okay. I'll just I think I'll just toll the dead on the closest one. The one that's injured over here.
The Yeti just drops. He lets out one last howl, and his arms just start to wither, and he falls, crashing into the snow 100 feet below.
Does he take out the other two while he's going down?
The other
Like
two,
a Plinko machine.
They're right below him.
they move to the side. Well, the Yeti's not 10 feet wide.
Okay, and I will end my turn. I'll move back a little bit from the edge, and I'll end my turn there.
This Yeti is going to leap over to Norin, and as it gets close to him, you feel its chilling gaze. Norin, make a Constitution saving throw. You resist, and then it starts clawing at you.
Okay. Side note, I would not have my shield on because I'm climbing, so.
Yeah. Alright, it slashes you for 10 points of damage. Just brings down these claws on you. And you don't need to make an ability check to hold on. Or a saving throw. Roderick.
So I failed to climb. Does that mean I was still at the bottom?
Yeah. We can try again if you want.
I'm gonna do something that I'm better at, which is shooting things. So I'm gonna Hunter's Mark this one on Norin. Then let's take some shots.
That hits.
Hopefully I'm better.
And you sink an arrow straight into the side of this Yeti. This bright red blood starts to patch
And
its
another
fur.
one.
And another direct hit. This one, you hit it near its shoulder. It's almost dead.
And I will finish him.
That hits. And you just sink another arrow into its neck. It lets go of the cliff face and poof, slams down onto the ground.
Orin yells out his thanks.
Don't worry, Norin. I'll save you.
Harshnag chuckles. Ha ha ha!
I'll just be down here until I learn how to climb.
Harshnag just rips off a chunk of the rock that he's holding onto, just rips it straight out of the cliffside with little to no trouble whatsoever, and he throws it at the lower Yeti. disadvantage. And he just, the Yeti goes flying. He absolutely smashes it. He goes like flying 30 feet away and smashes onto the ground. And makes
Nice
a
throw.
He just chuckles. Alright, this Yeti, it continues to climb up and it sort of leaps over here near the rope bridge. And as it's making its way up there, it gleams at Lily, and Lily need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Alright, its gaze captures you and you become paralyzed. You feel this like you're freezing from the inside out. You take 7 points of cold damage. And you can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. And as it gets to you, it then attacks you with its claws.
Oh, I guess both.
First attack misses you. And the second attack hits you. It is a crit. You're hit for 16 points of damage. As you just look on helplessly. It does seem to be quite angry, and from the fire, it's just like slashing around like crazy. But it also just seems quite hungry and it starts ripping into you. It then proceeds to try and grab you, and it looks like it's just gonna like grab you and run off with you. Norin. It doesn't grapple you now though, but that's what it's about to do.
Can I see this Yeti from where I'm hanging on the wall?
Yeah.
Or
You can see it with 3/4 cover.
okay, well I'm gonna climb up. I'm gonna climb up 15 feet for my movement.
Alright, give us an athletics check. You can easily climb up.
That should put me wherever, you know.
Yeah, 15 feet. It doesn't really matter that much.
And then I know I would still. I'm gonna be at disadvantage too. But why not? Holding on with one hand, I'll take out one of my javelins and throw.
You should be in range, right? For the. You shouldn't be at disadvantage.
Well, I mean,
think.
if I was halfway up and I only got 15 feet up, that's a,
You wouldn't be at disadvantage, but it does have the cover.
Shit.
But that's a crit, so you don't have to worry about that. Alright, you toss a javelin and it just sticks straight into the Yeti's side. It lets out a loud growl. And it's almost dead.
and then praising my new gloves, I'll take out another javelin and throw it again.
That misses it. You just hit the cliff face. And
Yeah.
falls down and impales Roderick through the eye socket.
Oh no.
It just actually sticks straight into the cliff face there.
Headshot.
They always hit, just not what I was intending.
It's the new gloves.
Yeah, that's my.
Ren.
Yeah, got an arrow catching eye.
So the Yeti's still alive? Can't see.
Yep, it is.
Alright. Finish climbing up to the
let me-
top.
Yeah. Bit of dynamic lighting there that I should move. There we go.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so in athletics checks for the last?
No, that's fine. You can use the one
Okay.
from last turn.
Ooh.
You can use that one if
Then,
you want.
I accidentally clicked it, that's all. And then I'm just gonna attack. I'm not even gonna rage.
That hits. And you slash the Yeti straight across the neck. It sort of spins and then it falls off the cliff and slams into the ground hard.
Okay.
Dead. And Lily, you're no longer paralyzed.
I yell down to Roderick, "Are you coming or what?"
Yeah, sure.
Harshnag, he just jumps from where he is and lands on the ground next to you.
Ha! Good shot there that you got there.
Yeah, if only I could climb now.
I think you've proven yourself enough. Grab on to me. I'll lift you up.
Lucky.
Excellent.
And he just like scales the cliff face in like pretty much almost one swift action, just and he's up.
Show off.
I'll finish climbing up as well.
Okay. You guys finally climb up, and you just see this icy path leading straight up to the entrance of the Eye of the All-Father. You follow the causeway, and either side of you, it's probably about a... When you look to the north, it's about a 600-foot drop, and then to the south, it's about a 400-foot drop on either side of the causeway. So, not a good idea to fall off. And it's pretty bright outside, but as you look to the entrance, you see that the actual entryway is dark, and you head up to escape the wind. And as you get closer, you notice that there is like some torchlight coming from within the entrance, and the actual the mountainside sort of casts the entrance in this dim light as well. So it is actually dim light, and then you can't actually barely see the entrance at all. But then you can see some flickering torchlight and several humanoid figures up ahead.
Before we leave the bridge, is the bridge passable from this side?
That bridge,
Or that, yeah,
you
that
use
rope
it.
thing?
I mean, it looks pretty dodgy, but you don't have any reason to use it, so...
I'm just curious.
Yeah. Alright, so, yeah, this is the causeway to your west here. This is the entrance. It's pitch black inside. And then you can see some creatures up here with some flickering torchlight. So, you notice, firstly, there is, the causeway is covered with at least 1 foot of snow. And you can see some fresh tracks heading straight into the temple. Like, fresh tracks through the snow. And, yeah, it looks like, obviously, these tracks belong to these humanoids that you see up ahead. So, the causeway ends before this stone dome carved from the mountainside, and there are 6 pillars. They're huge, 30-foot tall, and they support this dome which caps the entrance of the Eye of the All-Father. And each pillar is carved with this wraparound bas-relief. They depict different scenes. Each one depicts a different kind of giant. And here's that entrance handout again.
Ah, we're there. Eye of the All-Father. Looks like we got company.
Maybe it is Warmblood, the barbarian that we were sent to find.
I give you a
He was
dark
looking
vision
for a
as well.
concubine, though, right?
Oh, everyone's vision. I have to set it again because I think I saved it when it was still from. So wait, let me just grab everyone's tokens again because I've still got your vision set to when it was snowy and you only had like 30 feet of sight. So I'll just re-put your tokens on the map with your correct vision so you can see a bit better. And Thomas, you've got dark vision on still because it was... Oh no, that was several days ago. You do not have dark
Oh
vision.
yeah, I didn't. I'll recast it. That in Major Armor 2.
It's so last one.
Sure. Okay, there we go. And let's grab Harshnag as well. We don't want to leave him behind.
Might as well use my Pearl of Power to regain my 3rd level slot that I
Mine should actually be 90 feet back.
I'll take a look at that. See why it's not 90 feet. I could swear that I always set it to 90 feet. It just changes or something.
I'm not sure if it does it.
It's not set to 90 feet, but it is now. I probably just never save it or something like that. Let me grab Harshnag. Where is Harshnag? Harshnag, is going to be here in 2 seconds. He's going to be sitting down version of Harshnag. He's not really taking a break though. Alright, as you guys get to the entrance here, at the back of the dome there is a 40-foot wide, 40-foot high hallway that just heads straight into the side of the mountain. And wind has blown snow far into the hallway. It thins out and disappears as your dark vision, or whatever vision you have, starts to sort of disappear into the hall itself. So as you look at these pillars, you see a different scene carved into each one. You can sort of make it out, even though they're sheathed in ice. Do you want to check them all out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Norn would be interested.
Right, from north to south, they depict the following scenes. Starting from this one, it's a hill giant lifting a rock above its head. The next one is a frost giant chopping down an enormous pine tree. The next one is a cloud giant flying among birds in the sky, followed by a flying storm giant who's hurling lightning bolts at a ship. Then you see a stone giant climbing a mountain, and finally a fire giant with chained dwarven prisoners in a cavern.
I'm not sure how I feel about that last one.
I can't.
Oh yeah. Harshnag sort of grabs you on it. Let's move on there, lad. Come on. Just like pushes you along.
Let's not dwell on anything here.
Get over it.
Them fire giants. I'm not gonna lie to you, Roderick. They're slavers through and through.
We ran into one.
I ain't too fond of whoever's trying to break into here either.
Perhaps they have good reason.
Maybe they're breaking out.
Well, they look like small folk, so.
Yeah, across the hall you can see this flickering light of a single torch, and you can hear some human grunts and groans up ahead. And yeah, several humanoid figures are there.
Well, before I go smashing skulls in, I'll leave it to you. But know this, I will smash skulls if needed.
Now,
Us
Ren
too.
would light his lantern because he can't see.
Okay.
Didn't Dan cast Dark Vision again? So you should be able to see. Because that targets 8. Oh no, it's just one, isn't it? Yeah. One of the,
I think Thomas has dark vision on himself. Fix that up as well, but that's it. Alright, as you light that lantern, it does catch the attention of some of these humanoids that sort of turn to see you guys approach. Harshnag just grumbles a little bit. He brings up the rear, waiting for you guys to head in first. You can tell he's not happy with seeing some small folk here. As you move up into this hallway, you see some ledges up ahead. They're 20 feet above you, to the north and to the south. You can't see what's above the ledges.
Sorry, how high up are they?
20 feet. The ceiling is actually even higher at this stage. It's 60 feet above you, and it sort of slopes down away from you guys above the ledges.
How the ledges? How wide past the ledge is it? Or
The ledges are 20 feet high, so
can I jump up to it?
should be able to. What's your strength modifier?
4.
Okay, so I think with jumping, Sam, I think I got it wrong last time. I think I was thinking of a long jump. I think a high jump is I think it's 3 plus your strength modifier, the number of feet that you can jump. Yeah, so you can jump, and then what your jump speed is tripled, right? Or jump is tripled.
Yeah.
So yes, you can actually jump 21 feet.
Cool.
So yes, you could jump up to it.
I jump up.
Alright, as you jump up, immediately, like, all of these, what looks like are barbarians, they seem quite sort of concerned about that. They sort of pull out axes and turn around, see you sort of jump up on this ledge, and there are a number of barbarians here. So, yeah, they look like some very gruff looking folk, and they've got animal hides, great axes, blood tattoos on their faces, and one of them looks particularly burly. Despite these freezing temperatures, he is shirtless, and you see rippling muscles, this big horn on his helm, and he looks like the leader. He also has a massive great axe. You also notice this shaman with all of these markings all over her, blood lines, and there is like a little white dragon pet with these barbarians as well. Looks like a little white dragon wormling.
Cool.
Alright, as you jump,
want it.
Than, the leader calls out to you, and again, the barbarians do not like magic.
What is this devil work?
The leader calls out.
What devil work?
You there! And he points up. You use foul magic to make yourself jump.
I do not. I'm an elf. I'm very nimble.
Make a
Are you
deception
warm blood?
check, Than.
Sorry?
Make a deception check.
Oh god.
I'm very nimble. It's like a 20-foot jump.
Have you not met an elf?
Yeah, I don't think that's very believable, but
We should slay the foul magic user.
Are you warm blood?
You know of my name?
and as you're talking, you notice 4 of these barbarians pushing on this gigantic set of doors at the end of the hallway. It looks like they're trying to get in.
I am Wormblood, chieftain of Great Worm Tribe. I
Not
have come
anymore.
here to find our missing tribe member. What brings you here, foul magic users?
A big giant.
Your god has sent us to kill you.
You're not welcome here either.
Harshnag steps forward.
Huh? Watch your tongue,
He says to you, Than.
I'll decide who's welcome here or not. This is a giant temple.
And as he steps
Yes.
forward, Harshnag's head is pretty much on level with you, Than. And
wink at
Harshnag
him.
just does not look happy about anything, this entire situation. As he steps
High five.
forward, this tremendous giant, he just towers over, everyone here, and even the barbarians, they back up a little bit. They have their great axes close to their chests.
What's the meaning of this intrusion? Trying to push in these doors and that? We've lost our daughter. She is somewhere in the temple. She has found her way into this place. We are trying to rescue her. Ah. Well, if there is a little girlie in trouble, then I suppose we best be helping them. What say ye, other small folk?
From
that what
what
they
I
did?
heard,
The other barbarian said Wormblood's drinking blood, and his god Elrum demanded we kill him.
Killing. Drinking blood. You know nothing of the Wormblood tribe. Your traditions are rife with foul magic and corrupted. I am chosen of Elrum. I am the mighty Wormblood.
You're chosen by Elrum to die. He's the one that said it.
Ah,
I spoke to Elrum. He demanded we bring proof of your death.
bring proof of my death. You don't scare me with your giant. My pet here will strike down your magic elf, and my men will cut at your giant's legs like felling a tree! And
I doubt
He
it.
calls out to the barbarians. They stop pushing on the door. They turn around, they draw their axes, and they start rushing in to attack you guys. And
Oh shit!
we're
Here
gonna
we
take
go
a 10-minute
again.
break now.
Yeah.
Here we go again on some murdering.
I like to think that the characters will take a 10-minute break as well. It's like, wait a second.
Oh yes.
Let's
All
go
right,
get some
stop.
snacks. Everyone just sits down. So, what brings you here today?
Alright, I'll see you guys back shortly.
Catch you.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Alright. Harshnag stands up now. See, he's not sitting down anymore. It means business. Alright, so yeah, these barbarians, they already seem quite, hostile, bloodthirsty, and just a couple of words is all you needed to set them off. The great worm barbarians that were pushing at the door, they stop pushing, they draw out their great axes, and they step forward. The shaman advisor backs up a little bit, and the little white dragon pet who was kept on a chain is released. As he releases the little white dragon pet, Wormblood then just reveals this gigantic great axe, which looks like it's sized for like an ogre. It's pretty much unwieldy, and but Wormblood seems to be able to hold it like with his brute strength, and they just scream and charge you guys. Ah! Harshnag just chuckles. And Roderick, you're up first. Roderick, you're muted. Is he still gone? Is he back?
Yeah.
I'm back. Yep.
You're up
Sorry.
first.
So I've never killed a dragon before. So I'm gonna try to change that. Do I still have that hunter's mark from? Is it been less than an hour?
It's been like 20 minutes tops.
Yeah. So I'll put the hunter's mark onto the dragon.
Okay. You should be invisible from there as well. You're in range, 90. You need to move up a bit, Roderick.
It's 150 for
Is
the
it?
longbow.
No, Hunter's Mark is 90
Oh,
feet.
to the hunter's mark. Yeah, that's right. So how far I am?
You can just
Yeah,
move
so
up and
I'll
then move
move.
back.
10 up. Move the hunter's mark. Disappear into the shadows again. And
Alright, you send an arrow flying over and it sticks into the white dragon, breaks off a couple of its soft scales, and some bright red blood patters on the ground. You line up another very well placed arrow, and this time you hit it straight in the neck before it's even taken off into flight. It's struggling and it's just coughing up blood.
Aw.
ah,
And
yes.
you just sink an arrow straight through its skull, and Harshnag just chuckles, and he just points at the little splattered dragon. He starts slapping himself on the chest, slamming his fist on this ledge. I can't. Oh, there's nothing better than seeing a splattered dragon in the morning. Red.
Alright, I will go ahead and rage. And then run up. It's right here. And this is a barbarian right there?
Yep.
Alright. So, rage. I'm just going to unleash on him. I'm not going to do reckless though, because there's way too many of them at the moment.
That is a miss.
Alright, once more.
That hits him. You slash him across his arm, and he just grabs the blood from his arm and quickly smears it over his chest.
How's that +6 from?
That was it. If you had a crit.
Oh, okay. That's it.
Lily.
All right, I'll use a bonus action to blade sing, and I think I will use my action to get my my bird out, which I think I can put anywhere within 30 feet. So I'll put him up here, kind of hidden.
Alright, your bird is Heyu. Alright.
Yeah, that's right.
And then I'll roll him into initiative and then you can control him on your turn.
All right. He just appears up here, hidden around the corner.
Okay. This shaman quickly takes a little pouch, a little tiny pouch that can fit in the palm of her hand, and she presses it, smushes it in her hand. Blood drips between her fingers. She does some somatic, it looks like somatic gestures, but it's very tribalistic. She sort of wipes her hands away from each other, going from palm to her fingertips, and then she just wipes the blood on her face. And then as she does this, she just clenches her fist and squeezes more little droplets of blood through the gaps of her fingers. And with that, she casts a spell. And it's a hypnotic pattern. She's going to do it there. This swirling pattern of light appear above everyone in that area, and everyone in that area has to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, come on, Norn. Shit.
Alright, Norin, you become incapacitated, and your movement speed, you're also charmed, and while you're charmed, you're incapacitated, your movement speed is 0. Thomas, you fail as well. And Dan?
I have advantage because I'm an elf.
Against being charmed, yes. Alright, Harshnag is left charmed. His eyes are all swirling.
And
about.
I'm definitely in range of that.
It's a 30-foot
Spell.
cube.
Okay.
It goes up 10 feet above you. From all the way to the ground.
Is it? Sorry, what is it? Charisma?
A wisdom saving throw. You succeed. And then she backs up. As she backs up, this great worm barbarian is going to recklessly attack you, Ren. Starts swinging that great axe around. And he starts off with a crit. He only slashes you slightly though. You don't feel too much of that pain. You take 9 points of damage.
This guy doesn't fuck around.
This barbarian
No, he
rushes
doesn't.
forward. They move very, very quick. And he moves up to you, Rend. He will recklessly attack. And he crits you as well.
I want your API.
They're brutal swings that could easily cleave a man's head off, but it just like it hits you and you just shrug off these grievous injuries. You take 12 points of slashing damage. Here comes another barbarian, and he rushes in to surround you. He attacks recklessly, and he hits you for 4 points of slashing damage. Norin, you are charmed. Someone can use their action to shake you awake, or if you take damage, don't get a saving throw. Alright, Wormblood. He has this, it's a great axe size for a large creature. He steps here and looks at your giant friend. Ha ha.
Giant is soul taken. This is the way of the Wormblood.
and then he's going to recklessly attack you. But because the great axe is so big, he also wields it at disadvantage. So it becomes a regular attack. And he hits.
Jeez.
So that's slashing damage, not piercing. He hits you for 14 slashing damage, Ren. And he's going to make a second attack. He hits you for another 8 slashing damage. And then he makes a third attack. And he hits you for another 13 slashing damage. Just swinging this tremendous axe around. It's like a guillotine. Harshnag is there, just is tipping his head from side to side.
Oh, hey, look at all the pretty colors. Somebody wake me up!
This great worm barbarian rushes you, Rend, and he also recklessly attacks. And he hits you for 5 slashing damage. And another barbarian rushes in. He's going to recklessly attack. And he hits you for 6 slashing damage. Now you're surrounded by a lot of these very tough barbarians around, and you're soon finding yourself overwhelmed. Thomas, you are charmed and you can't do anything. Than, you're up.
Jeez. So, to wake up the charmed...
You have to use your action to shake them awake, or if they take damage, they wake up.
Okay.
Harshnag might be tall enough for you to reach from the ledge.
Can I wake up Harshnag by... Yeah.
You can use your action to shake him awake. You just
I'll shake him awake.
grab onto a strand of his beard and just tug at it. Oh, ah! And he's awake.
Okay. And bonus action, I'll put the help action on the
Okay.
the guy.
All right. Good
What
stuff.
that
Dan.
means, no one
You
attack him.
You already have advantage on him, so good job.
Okay. Who has advantage on him?
They're all recklessly
He's
attacking.
attacking. Okay, so I'm just playing into my own.
He has
Since
to
you guys
reckless
don't
attack
do it
to get
anymore,
an
I'll
all-
do it to myself.
Good job, Dan. At least someone cares.
Okay, and then I'll end my turn. I'll probably take a few steps back off the ledge there.
All right. Hey, you.
All right. Can Heyu fly like straight into Norn's face and use Heyu's action to wake?
Yeah. It can take any action except for attack. Now he just smashes into Norin's face. Wakes him up.
All right. And then
Thank you.
there we go. That's Heyu's action.
Alright, this barbarian is going to take the dash action and just run straight up to Harshnag. Roderick.
Right. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark the worm blood. Move Hunter's Mark over to him. And then shoot it.
First arrow is a miss. Second arrow hits him. The arrow sticks into him and he doesn't even flinch.
Good thing I had advantage, and then also advantage and advantage.
Ren.
And,
So did you say Wormblood's attacks were at disadvantage because of that axe?
Yeah, the axe is unwieldy. It's like, it looks like the size for an ogre. So you sort
So
of,
if it was at disadvantage, then he actually only hit me once.
well, he did reckless attack.
Reckless attack, so it's regular.
Oh, I didn't see the reckless part.
Yeah,
It's a
roll
red
attack
dot.
recklessly.
Could drink that potion.
Yeah, but they'll just drop me. It'd be a waste of a potion. Somebody can get it off my body. I'll just the guy immediately to the south of me. Oh, wrong thing here. This guy here. I'll just attack him.
That's a crit.
Nice.
It's not reckless.
He's reckless though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Sorry.
How reckless you didn't need to.
You slash him, rend, and just slice across him. He barely flinches as well. These guys are tough.
Once more.
That's another hit. And another slash. Sink the axe into his animal furs, and when you pull the axe out, a lick of blood spurts out.
And then I'll use my bonus for the great weapon because of the crit, so a third attack.
That's a hit. And this time he starts to stagger a little bit. He begins to look a little bit injured. Lily.
Okay, Lily's gonna come back to Thomas and nervously shake.
Okay. Slap him across the face. And that'll do it.
Thank you, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have another.
He gets another. Let's see. I think that's all it can be. So that's the whole turn. That's my whole action, right?
Yep. The shaman is going to do some more ritualistic spell casting, even though they don't believe that it's spell casting. And this one's going to be... She's going to move up, and she just revels in this blood once more. This time she takes out a couple of little bones and a tuft of fur and mixes them in her hand, and then sort of throws it up into the air. And this massive explosion of light emanates away from her. And
Can I just shake my hand at her and counterspell it? Since she moved up?
Let me just see if she has any restrictions on her components or exemptions from her components. Yeah, you can counterspell that. Yeah, she still has to do components, unlike other spellcasters. She still requires some sort of components for this.
All right, so I just there's some finger wagging. No.
When you counterspell her, the barbarians roar and they start pointing you out, Lily. You instantly counterspell her. It felt a reasonably strong source of magic, but she points. Non-believer! Cursed woman!
With no verbal or material component, would she recognize that?
She obviously sees you do some sort of somatic component, so you've waved your hands around. So yeah, she points you out, and otherwise she wouldn't be saying what she's saying right now. And she says, "Foul magic user!" And the barbarians look towards you, Lily. And she's just sort of trembling and takes a couple of steps back, and her nose starts bleeding. Wah! The barbarians scream, and
yeah, I kind of didn't think that would be noticed.
This provokes an attack from Ren.
You'll be good.
All right.
And yes, he runs through Harshnag's legs, and as you guys know, the barbarians absolutely abhor magic, and they'll always attack magic users first. Rand, you hit the barbarian, you just slash him as he runs forward, and a trail of blood leaves him, but it doesn't bother him too much. He runs underneath Harshnag's legs, and he comes in at Lily, recklessly attacking. And he misses. The other barbarians, they just completely ignore you now, Rend. You're an afterthought. This one is going to take the dash action. And he runs in and attacks Lily. And you're hit for 16 slashing damage. The next one charges you as well, Lily. Harshnag's sort of looking down, they're running under his legs. He moves 40 feet and he comes in at you. And he hits you for 5 slash. Oh no, that's a miss. 21 with your blade song. And he ends his turn there. Norin.
Alright. Let's help out our buddy Lily here. I'm going to, with my trident, I will first go for this guy.
That's a hit.
Alright, I will put my unwavering mark upon him.
Alright, you drive the trident into him, and he just flinches to the side. And raving mark goes on.
Alright, and then swinging around, I'll go for this one next.
That's a hit.
Alright, I'll mark him as well.
You slice him across the side of his arm.
And then I'm going to action surge. Let's go for the last one. Spinning with a trident.
That's a hit. You slash him across his torso, cutting through his furs.
Marking him as well.
Mark on him.
And then one last final stab at the one that's hurt the most.
That's another hit. And starts to look kind of hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
The leader Wormblood just roars once again. Ha! The mighty Elrum has come to feed us your souls! And this gigantic great axe, he's gonna recklessly attack Rend. And he hits you for 7 slashing damage. He'll attack again. And he hits you for another 10.
And a drop.
He gets his axe blade and like cuts his own cheek, slicing it across his face, and roars again, just lurching back his arms and puffing his chest out. Whoa! He has this like look of insanity in his eyes, and then he just steps up to Harshnag and he's going to make his third attack at Harshnag. And it just hits Harshnag's greave and bounces straight off.
A minute ago?
Harshnag looks down.
Ha ha! Cute! My turn!
And then he uses Gert's great axe on Wormblood, and this is gonna absolutely destroy Wormblood.
This will make a splash.
Oh my god.
His great axe is a human killing great axe, and he just brings it down on Wormblood, dealing 49 points of slashing damage.
Ha ha ha! Ah, just getting warmed up.
I want him to crit. So.
Ah!
The Great Worm Barbarian rushes up and recklessly attacks Harshnag and gives it all of his might. He hits him in the ankle, and Harshnag just scratches his leg a little bit.
Ow! Gah!
This barbarian, he's going to run past Harshnag, and he's going to actually dash up to here to get to Lily.
Melee.
And Harshnag tries to hits him, and only just clips him for 38 slashing damage.
Just clips him. Nice.
Thomas.
Okay. I'm gonna twin a banish on this guy and the shaman.
Psst! They don't like magic.
That's what my plan is.
Oh wait a minute.
I have a excellent plan.
Actually, I better get off the floor before I try doing something like that. I'm gonna Misty Step up.
Okay. Roll on the
Oh, no.
wild magic surge table.
No.
Fireball.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Aha! I've got spare.
Alright, you misty step and like as you disappear from the silvery mist, all of your hair
Just a tuft of hair.
it's exactly where it was. And you misty step out of your hair and then it just falls down onto the ground.
I like to
Or
imagine
your
each
hair.
time it grows back, thicker.
Yeah. It's already pretty thick, but like
As you
all
step
of
up
his hair.
to these ledges, you do see these arched, buttressed 10-foot wide hallways leading off to rooms to the north as well.
Alright, then I'm going to get one of these attackers off early. I'll quicken a firebolt at this guy.
Alright, got advantage. The shaman is just calling out, "Another one! They are corrupted!" It just hits the barbarian, but the heat of combat sort of makes him ignore it mostly.
And step back.
Harshnag just yells out,
Ha! Guess what? Me arm is magic! Me axe is magic! What are you gonna do about it?
"Ban."
I will cast Healing Word on Rend.
Another one! They're everywhere! Kill them all!
So you get eight healing back.
Cool. Thank you.
And let's see here. I will toll the dead on this guy here below me.
Okay. He fails and he collapses to the ground dead, his face stricken with necrosis.
All right, and take a few steps back to here. And end my turn.
Hey, you.
I think you. God, they're all. It doesn't matter because they're all reckless. Yeah. You know what? Hey, you's good. It's going down there won't actually do any helpful thing.
Waking Norn up was way helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, these barbarians seem to still see these magic users as, some sort of abomination, so he's going to rush Lily and attack recklessly. And that's a miss. Roderick.
Okay, I'm gonna step into the light, or the not quite so dark, and say, "You want some magic? I've got some magic for you." Do a spike growth between them.
Spike growth.
So 20-foot radius.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a spike growth template. Alright,
Is this how Lily dies to spike growth?
Only if you move.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'll put it a bit over to the left. A bit further.
Like that.
Just not quite on myself. Like,
Yeah, you've got control of it. You can move it.
let's
I
go
think it's still
like.
1 square too big. That's a 20-foot radius there.
Yeah. Take it just out of Lily. I'll be on it, but fine. Just there is good. And
Right, they just scream even louder when they see these magical roots bursting up from the ground.
hopefully,
Alright, Ren, you calmed down a little bit after being knocked unconscious. You can grab your
Yeah.
axe, stand up, half your movement.
All right. Go ahead and rage again. I'm gonna go ahead and take that potion. That was 8d4 plus 4.
8d8 plus 8. It's like a,
Oh, 8d8 plus
it's a
8.
big boy's potion. Whoa, 48 points of healing. Alright, you scoff down the potion, and all of these grievous injuries start to seal up around you as you down this magical liquid, and the shaman's just like pointing everywhere. They're all cursed magic users!
And then for my remaining movement, I'm gonna stand up right next to her.
They'll knock her out, Ren. Knock her out.
So that's a full action to take that potion, right?
It is.
Okay, so that's it then.
Lily.
Well, I was planning to try to tank, but maybe it's not the wisest idea. I guess I will get out of dodge.
you can come over to.
Should we don't
My
want to
side
get
as well.
into dodge?
Out would be preferable.
Get into the ledge.
Yeah, I can pop up here, can't I?
Yeah, you could pop up next to Thomas there.
Okay. I'm
Bye,
gonna.
Lily.
Yeah.
You should have went to the freaking apex of the spike growth.
Well,
Now there's
the thinking is the only wizard down below is now the guy behind all the spikes. So maybe that's helpful. We'll see.
Hope
So yeah, so I pop up over here. That was a bonus action, so I can still use a cantrip. Right?
Yep.
I'll use a cantrip against this fella.
Alright, the Ding Dong Doom. It doesn't dong.
Does nothing.
They're the sound of the bells just falling on deaf ears.
All right, that's all my action.
Alright, the shaman looks kind of startled that you've run up on her there, Ren. And she starts to reach in for some more twigs and whatnot. And she's actually going to step back from you, and that will provoke an opportunity attack.
All right.
That hits. Right, you slash her, and she uses that blood for her next ritual. She grabs her hand, and this time she wipes the blood across her arm, and then she sort of starts swinging her hand around like a helicopter motion, and suddenly you see all of these just like long worms, like literal just gangly worms made of blood, start to surround her in a 15-foot radius. It's spirit guardians. And you can feel them slowing you down, and she backs up a little bit more right against the wall, using it as a shield. My ancestors shield me! Do you dare to be judged? Do you dare to be judged for 3d8 necrotic damage? Alright, these barbarians are quite furious, but they are going to just start attacking Norin now. They're not feeling like running across a gauntlet of death. They'll attack
sure.
recklessly.
Don't go after that spellcaster.
That stealth spellcaster has an absolute maze of razor sharp thorns in front of him, so yeah. And Norin, you'll hit for 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
This barbarian attacks recklessly, and you'll hit for 7 slashing damage. And he ends his turn there. Norin.
Which I have my shield back on at this point. I would have put it back on before we got out of the building, I would presume.
Yeah.
All right.
Kill them all.
Yeah,
them
I'm
all.
trying to think of the best way to do that. All
One
right.
swing at a time, man.
Yep.
You go invisible and leave him nothing to do. Actually, no, the giant's still there.
I think I'm gonna go for. Well, first I'm going to like hold up a finger and ask them to wait a moment while I take my interact with objects to light my lantern. So now that Rind is way over there,
Okay.
a little harder to see.
What? There's no light in here?
Alright, you spark your lantern up. Magic!
Ah,
Kill him!
It's only a lantern.
Swings his sword.
Idiot.
These are
Oh,
very
magic.
superstitious folk, aren't they?
Hit the woman casting magic in the back.
This is this guy.
Yeah, they don't believe it's magic. That hits. And this warrior is starting to look pretty beaten up.
All right, I'll put my unwavering mark on him just in case. I don't really think it's gonna matter. And then I will do that once again.
That's another hit. And you stab him again. He flinches down to the ground a little bit, even though he's stricken with blood. He just roars. And he just yells out, "Warm blood!"
Alright, now I'm gonna bonus action. I'm gonna bonus action a hidden step and go invisible. Let's see.
Magic!
So there's really no point. I mean, they'll be able to tell where I'm at. It's not like I'm hiding. I'm just invisible. So
Yeah, they can hear you. They can smell you as well.
yeah.
Smells like magic user.
That's lamp oil that you're smelling.
All right. That's I've protected myself as best I can. That's it.
Even as Wormblood's going toe to toe with with Harshnag, he just sort of says, "Ha, giant man! I have wondered what it is like to drink the blood of a giant. Perhaps it will make me giant. Let us find out." And he's going to do some reckless attacks at Harshnag.
Natural one.
He just swings the axe around and Harshnag just looks down at him. And he's just like, his axe is just like ricocheting off of Harshnag's greave repeatedly. Are you
What were
done
these
yet?
rolls against Rend?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
My turn! And then Harshnag just tries to just hit him straight over the head with the axe. It's like he's hammering a nail into the ground.
Come on, crit.
And hits him for 36 damage. He's just narrowly dodging these attacks. Like, the axe is so big, if you got hit by it, it would just cut like anyone in half. Alright, the barbarian attacks Harshnag, and like Harshnag's wearing this like very powerful looking armor. It's obviously some magic plate mail and most of the attacks aren't getting through. Takes a few small injuries. Alright, this barbarian actually just yells out, "Worm blood!" And he starts making his way towards Roderick.
2d4.
Yeah, he's taking 2d4 damage every time he moves. Ah! That's you, Roderick.
Yeah. So how many was that? 1, 2,
I don't think
3.
he's gonna make it. He's
Yeah.
gonna try and make
6.
his way all the way up to you. And as he does, he's just getting shredded. Ah!
That's 12d4.
And then he just disappears into this big jumble of vines that just wrap over him and swallow him down. And you just see like a few spatters of blood burst up from the spike growth. Thomas.
To himself.
What an idiot.
I want to knock the shaman out, but I don't want Ren to have to be in there for more than one turn. So I'm gonna shoot a cantrip at her. I'm gonna firebolt at the shaman.
Alright, she's got half cover. And it misses. You hit the ledge about here.
Alright, I'll quicken one and use Tides of Chaos for good.
That's a direct hit. It scorches her for 8 damage. It knocks her up against this frozen door, but she regains her footing and she does this with her hands. She starts clapping them together. She starts singing. If you're a magic user and you know it, clap your hands.
I'm just in the back clapping my hands, like, yes! Come at me! Over here!
Right, then you take a look down, and you've got this like, almost like a second-person view of Harshnag's, like behind his shoulders, just looking down at him, just swinging his axe away gleefully, without a care in the world.
I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna dispel her puny, pathetic, non-dove spell.
Okay. Alright, so if you
Doves
cast
eat
Dispel
worms.
Magic, that's instant dispel. She screams as she looks up at you and falls to her knees.
And I'm going to. I've moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Are you casting a spell?
Yeah, dispel magic. Sorry, I gotta click that, right?
All of these bloody worms disappear around her and she falls to her knees. No! We are the ones who have been cursed! We are judged by Elram!
And
Going into denial.
I will. Let's see here. I can't. How far away is she? I'm trying to see if I can get a help action on her, but I don't think I can. No, that would be. That's another 30 feet. All right, I will end my turn. I'll take a few steps back. Here, and end my turn.
Hey,
Hey, he takes one look down below and is like, fuck that, I'm not doing it.
alright, this barbarian is going to just call to you, Norin.
Where are you, foul magic user? I can smell you! You cannot use your magic to hide from me.
Point to Roderick.
And recklessly attack.
Let's say I tap him on the shoulder.
You tap him on the shoulder, he turns and just hits you for 21 slashing damage. Good crit.
15 hits?
No,
Well,
he's
I
got
mean, he
advantage.
recklessly attacked me.
Straight.
They crit a lot.
They seem to like that crit, yeah.
Roderick.
So since I know they don't like it, I'm going to cast a guiding bolt. Worm.
Make a real spectacle.
Yeah.
You should take out the shaman so they goes right through all their heads, over their heads.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll shoot the shaman with it.
Just to make a dramatic display of magic.
Not for a date, for like a murder.
Well, I mean,
there's no hunter's mark on this, so-
test the waters first.
You send the guiding bolt screeching over the entire hallway, and the barbarians, they sort of duck underneath it, and they look quite worried, like some sort of taboo. And the shaman's eyes light up as that guiding bolt hits her in the chest. This golden star just explodes out from her, and she's screaming on the cusp of death. Ren.
We need her alive, Ren.
She might succeed her death saving throws, right?
Will's just up here like, we do?
Yeah. He's helping everybody, so I'm gonna attack her.
I think it was the girl that was taking that. Could do the elements,
That's
maybe.
a hit. And you just
Good night.
cut her head off. It rolls down the
I didn't.
steps.
I didn't mean to do that.
Whoops.
You can declare non-lethal after you reduce her to
Yeah,
zero.
you don't have to kill her if you don't want to.
Just
Oh,
cut
no,
the
I
head,
was
put it
just
back on, and
Dropping her.
Quickly put that head back on.
quickly. 5 second rule. 5 second rule.
Just kind of nudge it with my foot back there, looking her. All right, and then
Okay, she's
I'll use my
unconscious.
last-
You knock her out instead. You hit her with the
Okay.
flat of your blade.
then I'll move the last 20 feet, head back towards the others.
Lily.
I come running out here ready to zap that lady and find out I'm too late. So let's see. Instead, oh god, Norn's surrounded. Let's go after this guy.
Another ding dong doom, and he fails. He clings onto his arm as it gets riddled with rot, and looks up over the ledge at you and just screams.
Hey, what you can do about it? As I hide.
He is going to do something about it. He's going to move here. He's going to move up here. He does provoke from Norin.
I'm gonna save my reaction.
He's going to throw his great axe at you, Lily. It's an improvised weapon attack.
And I'm around a corner, so that would be some cover too, right?
Just,
Yes.
hey, a natural 20 is a natural 20.
You've got half
That's what
cover.
they roll.
Oh, that'd be
Ah,
hilarious.
Tries to throw the axe over his head. And it just throws it straight down at his feet. Wormblood! They have used magic to weaken me!
Norin,
Yeah, that's the reason.
This barbarian's going to recklessly attack you, Norin.
Mm-hmm.
And he misses. Norin.
Okay. I'll become visible again. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Bonus action, second wind. Definitely need that. Let's see. Watch it. Oh, I guess I'll just go after him with my trident again. We'll go for the one that just tried to get.
Nice.
You whip the trident around, slash him across the neck. Blood flicks to the nearby wall.
Huge crit. Okay, let's try that again.
That's another hit. And you jam that trident across his leg.
Alright. Kind of all I can do. That's my turn.
Wormblood keeps on just furiously fighting Harshnag with his great axe recklessly.
Ah! Do not taunt me, giant!
And Harshnag's just taking all these attacks. Oof. Lucky that one didn't attack Ren.
Man.
And he
Yeah,
misses
that was
again.
Huge hit.
Harshnag just looks.
You're a funny little man! Do you not know who I am?
Harshnag starts doing this, just randomly starts doing this dance.
H! I'm Harshnag! Harshnag the Grim! I'm Saver of Waterdeep! Harshnag! Come on! Give me your best shot!
And he lays down on the ground and he puts his
Wow.
arms and legs out in the shape of a H. And that's what Harshnag
Harshnag?
does for his turn.
Harshnag, maybe at least like slap him or something? Please?
That's it.
I'm dying over here.
Not that funny.
The barbarian looks at him.
What do we make of this Wormblood? The magic has withered his brain. Kill the giant. Ah!
He recklessly attacks and just clings off Harshnag's armor. Thomas.
Harshnag's a beast.
All right. I'm just going to shoot a chromatic orb at this guy. No, this guy, since he's reckless. Fire.
That slams straight into him. And roll on the wild magic surge table. He's knocked to the side. The little plume of flame flicks up into the air.
Feathers with feathers.
Alright, everywhere that you had hair before, Thomas, is now replaced with feathers.
Bet that itches.
Achoo!
Doggone.
Then,
Gonna. I guess I'm gonna. What should I do here? Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I jump over next to Norn? Is that a thing I can do?
yeah, you can do that.
So that's a bonus action to use my ring for that,
Okay.
and then I will attack this guy here.
Alright, you just boing, spring down.
Yeah, I'll
Harshnag's
cast.
doing
Actually,
Harshnag's doing like a snow angel. In the shape of a
I'll cast. I'll
Starts
just do
tripping
a
'em all.
Toll of Dead on him.
Okay. And the barbarian fails. Just keeps on screaming as his eyes become bloody.
Then I'll end my turn.
Hey,
This is just not a fight for having your familiar help. He's gonna just stay out of the way. They're all reckless.
this guy's not.
All right. Well, in that case, can I go put the help action on him and then fly back out of the way?
Sure. This barbarian's going to sort of just ignore Harshnag and he'll attack Norin, reckless. And he'll hit for 15 slashing damage.
I'm going to use my reaction to do my warding maneuver. It still hits me, but the damage is halved.
Okay. You sort of scrape that great axe away with your trident and you hit for 7 damage instead, not taking the full brunt of that blow. Roderick.
Right. I'm gonna fire an arrow at the guy in the middle.
That hits him. It sort of just glances him.
Yep. I'll send another one at him.
Another hit. And that one hits him straight in his chest. Ren.
Alright. Run up here. Actually, and I'll attack the whatever his name is, Warm Blood.
Okay. That is a hit. He turns around. Is that a new challenger? And you just whack him with the axe. He takes a couple of steps back. Scoffs. Ha ha. You are weak.
Do it once more.
That's a hit. And you just whack him again. And his face is just covered with blood. He just laughs again. Ha ha ha.
Which ones are attacking? Which one's the blood?
This is Wormblood, this guy.
Alright. That's the guy we'll go after.
You do need to move up to see over the ledge, Lily, because it's like a 20-foot drop down here.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, you do a Toll of the Dead. And he just calls out,
Even with this foul magic afflicting me, I will cut your throat.
Yes, and you'll find from now on you're quite impotent.
Oh shit.
Hey, they don't know that. They don't know how the spell works.
You do not know why they call me Great Worm. Worm blood.
They're gonna need a new nickname for you after this.
You dead worm.
this barbarian's going to attack Than recklessly. And
Bring it on,
he
bitch.
misses. This one will attack Norin. And that hits you for 4 damage. Norin.
Alrighty. Let's get to work. I will start with this one.
Another crit.
Boom.
Drive the trident towards him and it cuts through his furs.
Alright, now I'll put my unwavering mark on him.
Okay. But does that mark only last for like 1 round or something?
It only lasts until the beginning of my next turn,
Okay.
so it would go away.
Okay.
But I can mark as many people as I hit in the round.
Alrighty.
And then we'll go for this guy again.
That hits him. And you jam the trident straight through his neck. And he falls back onto the ground dead.
Excellent. I don't have any bonus actions I can use, so that's it.
Worm blood cranks his neck from side to side. You notice he has this necklace around his neck as well, Ren. And he just looks over at Harshnag.
Your giant's mind has been corrupted by foul dark magic. This battle has been won. This is...
I'm not sure what this place is called. Ah! And he tries to push kick you, Ren. And he does. He hits you for 4 bludgeoning damage, and you need to make a strength saving throw. Get knocked prone. Yeah, he just,
Oh no, Red has this strength.
He just kicks you and it just doesn't budge you. Oh. And then he's just gonna take to his axe, and he'll use his large great axe on you. Advantage, disadvantage, and he hits you for 13 slashing damage. He swings again. This guy, he
gets a lot of attacks.
he's about as strong as a giant. Yeah, he has 3 attacks, and he misses with his last attack. Harshnag just he's asleep.
Taking a nap.
Where am I? Oh yeah! Are we done with these ones yet? And he springs to his feet. I can't hear you! He yells out.
It'd be quicker if you would help us.
He grabs his axe and he just does like a little tornado spin. He's gonna attack this guy, and then he's gonna attack this guy. He spins around and lops both of their heads off effortlessly. Actually, this guy is still barely alive, but he'd wish he was dead. This guy is just immediately decapitated, just chopped into pieces. His head's cut off and his headless body falls to the ground. And then he takes his giant finger and he starts like tickling Wormblood. Kuchiku chiku! Thomas.
Well, just in case he doesn't go down, I'm gonna cast slow on the enemy still.
Alright, that's 3 barbarians. These are for the regular barbarians. Is it a wisdom? Wisdom save. And Wormblood. They all fail and they start to slow down. You're making 1 attack and all that other stuff. Juiced AC. If they cast spells, then they have to roll 11 or higher. Relevant. Then.
Okay. I'll just attack this guy here in front of me. I'll take a swing at him.
That hits. And his head is just like hanging on from a little tendril. You just cut that tendril off and his head falls on.
Nora's just like, how is he even still alive? I don't.
He wasn't. It just you gotta finish what you started. Finish what Harshnag started.
I guess I'll just fuck. I'm gonna
That's what you're gonna do?
No.
Now's not the time! I'll do that later!
Adam hopes not, because he's the only one close enough.
I gotta use my bonus action, so I'm gonna run and I'm gonna bonus action jump up to here.
Okay. You spring up, clearing the ledge by a full foot.
Boing.
Fantastic.
Jumps up.
Makes a little spring noise.
Yeah.
Hey.
I think he will come put a help action on that guy.
Okay.
And then get back out of the way.
Alright, the barbarian is going to recklessly attack Norin. Slowly. Too slow. Still slowed at the end of his turn. Roderick.
I've had my fun with the thorns. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark back on Wormblood.
Okay.
And do some shots.
That hits him. And an arrow just sticks straight into his back. You put another arrow into his back. And somehow he's still standing. You can tell he's like in serious pain. He just takes his axe and slices off all the arrow shafts from his back and turns to face Rend.
Alright, I'm gonna do a Great Weapon Master. So that's -5, so 13.
A 13 misses him.
Once more. So 19.
A 19. If he's slowed, he doesn't have a reaction, right? Because he can.
I think he's got a -2 to AC is slowed too,
He
doesn't
does. Yeah. He does have a high AC, but he's not able to block that. And yeah, he's too slow to try and parry you. He ends up bringing up his axe to the wrong side, and you hit him straight in between his shoulder and his head. Some people call that the neck. And it cut him straight down the neck, and he just falls to his knees, and then he tries to speak some more, and blood fills his mouth. He spits blood all over you, and then he falls onto the ground dead.
I spit on him back and end my turn.
Lily.
Let's see. Is it just this one fella here left?
Yeah. And even seeing Wormblood be like killed, he doesn't show any signs of, stopping fighting
Oh,
or running
backing
or
down.
surrendering.
I wasn't gonna hesitate. Oh my god.
I think you did just hesitate. We already
my
know he's
God,
gonna
you
fail
rolled
the
two
saving
Please,
throw.
please. Yeah. There we go. Two damage.
Solid.
But he also has to worry about the impotent side effects, so.
Perhaps he can return to his tribe.
No.
Like his ancestors? When we
Well-
kill him?
We just needed to
Join
get
them.
Bloodworm, right?
That's a hit. We start working
Well-
on this final barbarian.
Yeah, this guy has been just trying to kill me like this whole time. I'm not gonna just let that slide.
That's fair enough.
Put the mark on him, and then I'll go again.
That's another hit. And you slice him again. Still not looking too hurt.
It's my turn.
Harshnag, he was like tickling Wormblood, and then he stops. Oh, no fun. And he turns around. Ha 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 ha! And he pulls down the barbarian's pants, giving the help action.
I thought he was
Looks like not everyone's a great worm! And that's Harshnag's turn.
oh man. Roll a wisdom save for that vicious mockery.
Even as you guys are fighting and getting seriously injured, Harshnag just seems to just be enjoying himself and not worried at all. Thomas, you log down a fireball, poof, it slams into the barbarian, and he gets badly scorched. Then
I'll toll the dead on him.
join in, Than! Use the help action like me! Alright, Toll of the Dead causes this barbarian to have all these black veins just appear all over his arms and face.
I'll put the help action on him.
That's the way, sir! Hey,
Heyu adds insult to injury by adding another help action to him.
okay. Everyone's just taunting this barbarian. And he
Exploiting
just
all
goes-
his weaknesses.
just screams, "Ah!" and just recklessly attacks Norin. And that's a miss.
It's not good enough.
That's another save, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter, but
Yeah.
he ain't surviving this next round.
We could also always roll one.
Could do. I'll move my hunter's mark onto him, and go for the.
That's a miss.
Or not. No. Just messing with you.
Alright, you put an arrow into him. He's still standing.
Way to waste 3 health actions with a low.
I'm not the one that wasted them.
Good job, Roderick.
Yeah.
You wasted 3 whole actions at once. Alright, that hits him right.
On the contrary.
Actually, up on that's a ledge there. You come over and as he's screaming, you sink the axe straight into the middle of his back. And he drops to the ground dead, adding to the pile of corpses all around.
We seem to accumulate these corpse piles, I mean.
Well, we need to go subdue the witch before she wakes up.
Ah, good idea.
I don't know about you
Still
all,
alive.
but I could use a breather. It's hard work.
Do you require healing?
Yeah.
I would
Nor
I
am
would like some if you're offering.
Yeah, I cough a
Oh,
little
just-
blood too.
I was just offering to Harshnag.
I mean,
I'll
I was just gonna sit
I'll
down
cast,
here.
He just sits
I'll cast prayer healing, or I'll start casting prayer healing while we're mucking around, and then
Alright,
everybody gather
you
around.
begin a prayer of
Get,
healing. And suddenly, Harshnag, as you're doing the ritual, he turns to you, and you notice he's got this little lick of blood from the barbarians on his face. And he looks at you, Than.
Magic. You're using foul magic.
No.
He takes his great axe in his hands. He lifts it up over his head.
You reckon you could use that magic to scratch my back? I got this spot that I can't reach.
And then he tries to scratch his back with his axe. The prayer healing goes off.
All right,
So-
anybody who needed healing.
I mean, I could cast Blight Growth again and you can rub your back on that.
How grisly do you think we have to get as far as bringing proof back? This guy's.
Okay, we can, I guess, hold the whole corpse back, right?
Well, I mean, it would be easier just to cut off his head.
Yeah, he's gonna be kind of heavy.
Maybe the axe would be enough, but maybe not.
Didn't you say he had some kind of necklace?
Yes, it's a bead necklace that has this. It looks
It's made of
like
macaroni shells.
a closed eye, and it's not made of macro. It's made of dyed macaroni shells, red and blue.
Yeah.
it's just like a little amulet. It looks like a closed eye, and has a little rune. That it's a divination rune. Arcane casters can identify that. It'll need to be identified.
He's kidding. Yeah, let's All right.
I'd like to jump back up to the ledge and maybe explore a little bit. If that's possible.
Yeah, it's
So maybe
okay.
we should take a short rest. Let's rest for a short period of time before we.
Oh, okay.
unleash
jump back down.
something.
Oh, in that case, let me sit back down then.
Harshnag slumps against the ground here.
Guess I'll
I think
cut
giants
off his head and put it
are.
in my back.
You should start a little fire there next to me.
Cool. That's awesome.
I don't know.
That's an artistic impression
There's
of
Roderick.
you guys. Well, as you can see there, there's Norin
There's Lily.
wearing the green robe and the quarterstaff in her hand. That is Roderick down there by the fire. The one hunched over there is obviously Rend with his big hammer, and then the other lady standing there with the shield is everyone else.
Well, Norin can disguise himself, can't he?
Yeah, that's
like-
that's,
like
a,
him with
that's
the
a
shield.
disguise.
Well,
stuff.
no, he casts invisibility. He doesn't like pictures. He doesn't want to go on Facebook. He doesn't want to get tagged.
Than is the
This
big
is on the-
giant with the axe
I don't
and the dragon skull on his head.
Dan's up on the ledge. You can't see him. It's blurry.
Thomas is on the other side of Harshnag, cutting off Blood's head.
Alright, everyone take a short rest. and Harshnag's gonna take a short rest. You can identify the amulet, and you cut off Wormblood's head. So someone add that to their inventory.
Can't we just take his axe in the bag of holding?
The axe
Little
isn't.
grizzly.
The axe looks like it sort of probably belonged to like an ogre or something, or maybe even a frost giant. I mean, it's not really concrete evidence of killing him.
Okay.
That axe can be used by someone if they want. It's a large-sized great axe. It does an extra damage die, but you swing it at disadvantage.
It's a cleric weapon, clearly.
Not sure a friend would be interested in that or not.
No.
You can
I
also.
do have a
Oh yeah.
I do have a question about that. If somebody was to get enlarged and not have the axe in hand when they were enlarged, but then pick it up,
Yeah, if
would
you're
they be able to
enlarged, you
wield
could use
then?
it normally because it's a large
Okay.
size weapon.
Are you foreshadowing your future?
No, I'm just. There's no way for Norin to cast Enlarge Reduce. I don't think. I mean, maybe get
Multi-class.
post, but past that.
So you guys
I
check
spell
out this
multi-class.
amulet. It's an amulet of proof against detection and location. It can be hidden from divination magic. Anyone particularly interested in that?
What a hypocrite. He was using magic.
Well, they had the
It's
witch.
time.
Well, who shook the hag's hand? You might want to be the one to carry
Thomas.
that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
You can attune to it next time you take a rest. So the thing with off-guard barbarians or any of these barbarians, they fear magic so much that they usually attempt to kill and dismember any spellcasters. But shamans are not attacked because their power comes from the spirits of their dead ancestors. So all you have to do is use the magic from your dead ancestors and you'll be fine. Fit right in.
Oh, how about that? Well, I mean, Norin's magic is innate and could be from his ancestors. Why not?
Thomas has gained a new feat.
I
Alright,
think we've all gained that feat at this point.
Yeah.
The hairless
It's
murderer.
just one day Seb told us we could walk around without not falling after we just littered the body with the floor with corpses.
Alright, so you guys, how are you guys restraining this shaman before she wakes up?
Rope.
Tie her up.
With violence?
Someone
Gag
can make
her.
a sleight of hand check then to tie her up.
Not Norin.
Sleight of hand check. Ooh.
And that is
Guidance.
whatever you get
Anyway.
on your check is the DC to escape the rope.
I
Dex
can
fighter,
try.
whatever.
I can try, but I'll put guidance on myself before I do. Maybe
I just cut her hands off.
Oh, jeez.
that'll work too.
I'm just gonna break.
Yeah, you've got her all
fingers.
tied up. You don't think she'll be able to get out of that. And she does start to...
Ooh, clean her up! So she doesn't have any blood.
Oh yeah, I cast Create or Destroy Water on her. So
Decanter. Thomas, just unload.
I'll
Just
pose her down.
unload on her.
10 gallons of water.
She has these like sacred bundles which she uses for her spell casting. Some bones, feathers, tufts of fur, stones, and these little pouches of blood.
So if you take that away from her, she doesn't have her materials to cast with?
Yeah. So, yeah,
We'll do that then.
you
Take that away and I'll-
Like when you guys look
I'll
at
hide it.
these components as spellcasters, you don't understand how she uses these material components because they're not what you guys learn or not what you guys would use for spell casting, is like just a bunch of nonsense to you guys.
Well,
Really
can
wanted
I try to figure out if she's using any kind of a focus? Like I would have my
No,
dove,
she doesn't have
anything
any.
like that.
It seems to be the
Doesn't have
sacred
anything.
bundle that she has. She seems to be using that to cast the spells.
Could we tell from the pull of the weave what spell was countered?
No, none of you guys had any idea. It felt about a 3rd level spell, but I don't actually think anyone's got the ability to cast that. No, not sure.
So hear me
Cast
out.
javelin, but that's about it.
Here's my thinking, because this god can't be a good one if he's having them drink blood and stuff. So he may be tricking us. So there may actually be a little kid in here to save. And if that's the case, she may be the key to getting us our elemental.
You don't feel like it's a
Alright.
child, but it's like one of the daughters, like an adult daughter.
Young woman.
It's a baby.
A baby.
It was
crawled
referred
up
to.
here. A baby crawled.
It's
away.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah, they
So we'll
said she was
just-
a
The most-
concubine
the most
though.
badass
so...
baby ever.
It's a toddler. Toddler is
Just gonna
chaos.
fucking.
No, push
the
through these
force.
mighty doors. Got through, yeah. All right, so
Well, we
Close her eyes.
can tell her we'll help her rescue her
she wakes up
child or whatever, but
and she starts to stir.
Knock her out.
What are you waiting to? Waiting for her to wake up. Oh yeah, another thing is the belt sack of worm blood. It has 7 bloodstones in it, worth 100 GP each.
Sexy.
That was inside worm blood sack.
Before we move on from here, I was gonna explore the upper areas.
Okay,
For
yeah, you
any,
can do that during the short rest. While everyone's resting, you can check those out. Which ones do
Okay.
you want to check out?
I'll to the north. I'll check up in this area here.
Alright,
Gonna look for any secret doors or
from where you're standing,
stuff like that.
it's very, very
Well, I'm
dark
going
down here.
everywhere.
So perception checks
I'm
are at
going-
disadvantage.
I'll light a torch
Okay.
if I need it. If I need light, and I'll check.
Alright, you spark a torch up, and you look over to your east, and what you see is a very heavy looking iron portcullis. It's 20 feet wide and it's 30 feet tall, with a 30-foot high wall above it, and it blocks a passageway to the east. It's made specifically to keep out small-sized creatures like yourself.
Okay.
And yeah, the bars are like sort of covered in ice. If you were particularly small, you could fit through, like a halfling or something.
Okay.
or an owl.
Yeah, now I could fit through.
You just want to see, hey, you die again.
I'll check the on the west as well.
Over here, there is what looks like some sort of guard room. It's a 60-foot square room, and it's pretty featureless except for this large iron lever set into the south wall. It's 12 feet up off of the ground, so it looks like it's made for a giant to pull, and it's completely covered with ice.
Okay. Can I check for traps and secret doors in this room?
Yeah, we can make a perception check. You don't see any traps or secret doors. The only real thing that stands out to you is this ice-sheathed lever. Seems to be frozen in the up position.
All right. I'll go over back to the other side. I'll jump across. I'm not even gonna bother jumping down.
Okay,
Just how I
you
roll
leap
these
straight
days.
across, you clear it easily, and over this side, it's pretty much an opposite. There's another
Same.
guard room, another portcullis.
Same in the lever in here as well.
Yeah, it's got a lever against the north wall, and yeah, it's covered in ice.
What do you think the levers do?
I don't
Probably
know.
open the door. Open those gates.
Possibly open the doors, yeah. I'm sure Harshnag could probably activate them if he wanted to.
Probably open a big pit under Harshnag that
We could- You can actually just ask him, because he probably knows what all this shit does.
Yeah. Been a while since I've been here. Ain't too many giants that even know about this place, to be honest with you. Yeah, I know the rough layout. I'm not sure about them levers, but you do realize that's a door, right?
And he stands up.
Yep.
It's a what?
I suppose we do now.
It's a door, is what that is.
I refuse to believe that. I jump across the other side.
You just want to jump. You're just using this opportunity to jump.
That's right.
Harshnag's gonna
Nibble
try
off.
and catch you midair.
Come here, you.
Make an acrobatics check then.
Oops. Did I just click? I did.
Alright, you're just jumping from side to side, and he just walks past, grabs you, and then just puts you
Shit.
down.
On his shoulder?
So he just puts you on the floor, and then he keeps on walking. And he looks
Look at the jump
down
on
at
his
the
shoulder.
unconscious shaman.
Kicks her to
What's
the
this
side.
one alive for? Did you?
Insurance.
Did you save this one for me? Oh, how sweet.
We did not, Harshnag.
We saved all the rest for you.
Hey, I got an idea. I mean, they're evil and all. Let's toss her off the edge and see if we can hear her hit the ground.
Let's not do that. Now, like, slowly drag her to the side a little further away from Harshnag.
Hey,
Yep,
she's
good
evil
plan
though.
B.
Blood
Well,
drinking
they
and all
did say
that.
they were.
Murdering.
Well,
Did say they were trying to rescue someone, one of their younger tribe members.
Oh, and they did a good job of that, didn't they?
I think they were lying though.
They definitely failed their mission. Whatever their mission they were on.
we need to use her to get our elementals. That is all.
Huh?
We're hedging
How
our
so?
bets.
How way?
I don't get it either.
Didn't you say their tribal magic might get an elemental?
I thought you was gonna get that head there and get some sort of gifty-doo from that big
Yeah.
toty thing that you told me about.
Why not both?
Yeah, just in case that guy's lying to us.
Alright, well, keep her in a bag then until we're done.
And he just reaches down and grabs her, opens up his
Awesome.
bag, and he just tosses her in there.
All right.
There we go.
And he pats the bag a couple of times.
I'll periodically cast Spare the Dying on her.
Alright, then, so yeah, it's the end of the hour, and you just look at this enormous door. The door itself it's completely frozen over. It is huge as well. There's like a 40-foot long flight of steps leading to the east, 20-foot landing, and the doors are 30 feet tall. Roderick, they're made of some sort of stone.
Oh, excellent. What kind of stone is that?
Granite.
Granite. It's definitely granite.
And
There's a lot of ice in the way, but
yeah, they are actually carved with images of these giant gods locked into battles with dragons. And yeah, they're coated with ice. And Harshnag sort of pushes on them. And they don't budge.
Come
Are these the
with
doors
me.
you're talking about?
Come with me. And he starts heading back, yeah. Come on, clear out. I'd be wanting to move if I was you, Thomas. And he just
And
starts
moves real
running. And he jumps and he shoulder barges the door and just smashes them straight open.
Oh, well, I figured he'd go back first.
The ice just completely shatters and the doors swing open. Ah!
That's one way of doing it.
Nice.
Impressive.
I was fixing to do that.
Yeah, you were just about to.
Yeah, I was. He beat me to it.
I could have done that.
Harshnag stomps in, and you see what looks like quite a tremendous room inside.
It's a dolphin.
Ah. Harshnag, he kneels down on one knee. This place is too big for any of you to take in with a single glance, and your light sources do little to illuminate its enormosity. There is thick frost clinging to every surface. The ceiling is even beyond Roderick's eyesight. It's a huge vaulted chamber. And you walk around, you can walk around, take a little look. There are 7 enormous statues dominating this room. The largest of them is an 80-foot tall robed giant. His arms are outstretched, and his face is hidden behind a stony cowl. He's facing this glowing archway that is set into the east wall. Kneeling in rows to each side of the statue are 6 statues, half its size, and you see Harshnag kneeling, and he's half their size once again. Each statue is still impressive in its own right, and it depicts a paragon of a type of giant. A hill giant, a stone giant, a frost giant, a fire giant, cloud giant, and a storm giant. These smaller statues face the bigger one in the room's center, and in their outstretched arms, 5 of the giants hold weapons.
Gifts for the All-Father.
Harshnag says, and he names all of them.
Ah. Scorpius, Stone Bones, God of Stone Giants. Thrym, God of Storm Giants. Stronmas, God Cloud Giants. Oh wait, what is that one?
Giant?
Storm?
Wait, I know this. Moving on. Adam, All Father. Did I mention I know that one? And this man here is another giant god. Also god of cloud giants. There's 2 of them. And god of red heads and god of muscles giants.
And Harshnag
Friend,
seems to
we've
be a
got
little
one
bit
each here.
confused.
Yeah.
And as you guys take a look at these statues, anyone can make a religion check to try and identify them.
I'm not
No,
completely convinced
Norin
on
knows
this.
nothing of his heritage.
I'll give you advantage if you're giant kin.
Yeah, still.
Alright, Lily, you're able to name each and every one of these giant gods. So
Why was this place abandoned?
it's not abandoned. It's
Well, it
just
doesn't
a-
look like it's in
Rarely
very good
used.
Yeah, the giants don't live
It's just a
there.
little off the beaten path. path.
Yeah. Alright, so okay, the giants. So the chief deity of cloud giants is Memnor, the cleverest of Anum's offspring. It's one to the southeast. The fire giant's chief deity is Surtur, this guy in the middle here. He's believed to have been born alongside Thrym. The Thrym is the frost giant god, this one here, that Harshnag got wrong. And he's long rivaled his twin brother Surtur for Anum's affection and pride. The god of gluttony for hill giants is Grolinator. He's always hungry and he's revered by hill giants.
Yeah, but look at him. He's muscly instead of fat.
He is, but he's the black sheep and he's the least of Anum's 6 sons. Scorned by his siblings and his parents, but his problems were of his own doing. He's actually, very muscular, very strong. However, he complained constantly of his endless hunger, and rather than hunt for food for himself, he snatched food from the plates of his siblings and parents. The behavior made him who he is. Then you have stone giants. Stone giants are pretty gentle, and they revere Scorius Stonebones. He is a skilled creator, second to skill only by Anum. He is the master of other deities in his father's absence. He appears as a stone giant. Sometimes he's a pair of hands holding a chisel and the other a hammer, and then sometimes he's this very tall stone giant. For storm giants, they revere Stronmus. They pay homage to him. He is the most joyful and the most prone to laughter. He enjoys the fellowship of his siblings. And the images of Stronmus are in sharp contrast to how people perceive storm giants. This one looks sort of loud and aloof, but storm giants are always depicted as serious and almighty. So it's a little bit of a giant history lesson. As you look around, Harshnag looks a little bit confused as to what to do next.
Now what? So it's been a while since I got here. Now we just
There's
need
a bunch of
to
some side rooms over here.
Need to find Anum's eye, right?
yeah.
I ritually start working on detect magic.
Alright, as Harshnag is confused as to what to do, we'll wrap it up here for tonight.
Alrighty.
That's fun.
And we'll pick it up here next week as you guys have made it into the Eye of the Allfather. I'll see you guys then.
All right,
Alrighty.
later.
Oh.
See you.
See you next week.
Night, everyone. Bye.
Have a great evening.